Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year. We're back. It's the 28th of December, right? Yes, it is. Holy shit. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Back, of course, with Rasa, who is drinking. Let's start the week with what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a gin liqueur. Apparently, it's a wild berry flavor. Looks very fancy, very
Very fancy.
wheels and stuff and family. It's like a bauble. You're supposed to hang it.
Onto the tree afterwards.
Yeah.
That's
Hello,
perfect.
Jason.
Hey, look at this. Jason Finestone Colors. Happy almost 2026 to you as well. Thanks for
Happy, happy.
tuning in. Um,
Very, very merry to all of you. If you would
yeah,
have had one, if you celebrate at least, or maybe you're doing Christmaka. I don't know.
yeah. Who knows? Whatever the
Yeah,
hell you're doing,
whatever is your fancy.
do
So
it on your
hopefully,
own.
yeah.
Do it to yourself.
Yeah, as long as it was cozy and entertaining in the same time.
Greetings from Prague, greetings from Canada, and greetings from the UK. Hello. Thanks for
Slash
tuning in.
Lithuanian from
Yeah,
UK. Let's put it this way.
correct.
I'm European still.
I've got today I'm drinking I bought this mezcal. I was telling Rasa before we went on, which is
Fancy.
kind of like from the tequila family, except there's not as many limitations on making mezcal.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the website of the company. It's called Illegal. It's called Illegal. They have a
Wow.
mixed drink that you can do with chartreuse, which is another one of my Christmas favorite drinks, and pineapple juice and some lime. So I've got
Yeah.
that. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Чучин. И свеката.
Oh, boy. That's like a drink that was made for me. It's ridiculous.
Your French any good? How they say in France? French.
Oh, fucked if I know. Tabernacle. No, they definitely don't say that for cheers. I'm actually not sure. I don't know.
You just made up a word just
Yeah.
because you were on the spot. I placed you on the spot, and you're like, okay, tabernacle.
Yeah, that's the go-to,
something.
the Montreal swear, the Quebec swear.
Or okay, so how is the natives would say cheers? Do you know?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Get off
Shame.
our land. That's probably what they say.
You should know, man.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
unsure.
Cheers
So,
in England. It's
how
Vicata
was
Mediterranean.
your Christmas?
Very okay. I was a bit of a overcooked, let's say this way. I was like I put myself under pressure, like having to. I want everything proper, kind of like I want to keep tradition alive. I think that's what like my mom's little traditions, which I have tried to keep up with because I'm not spending the time with them. So I tried to make it, but it was great actually. We watched some movies. Quite a bit actually. I watched quite a shitloads, and I actually should show you now.
Really?
Well, if we talk
Yeah.
about anything movie related, I have to show you
Yeah,
something.
sure.
I went a bit crazy in charity shop. So should I do it? Do I do it
Yeah,
now?
go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to be big probably because you have actual stuff. Oh boy. What the hell did you do?
Not much. I finally decided that I need things like in a Blu-ray format.
Oh, nice.
All the stuff I kind of like comic related, but look at the price tag. Do you see the price tag?
That's amazing. $4 Canadian.
Yeah, for Blu-ray. But there's some stuff Blu-rays which we for my child also, like for Rokas. So Finding
Oh, nice.
Dory. That's a pound. So most of them are pound. Some of them £2, but Civil War. So
Civil War.
I was thinking because we'd like to watch stuff. So I thought,
Yep.
I'm done with streaming sometimes. So I just wanted to put it in, forget about it, and stuff like that. Then we got the 3D version, triple whatever disc version of Hobbit.
Right.
It has, I don't know what the hell is that it has here. We haven't watched it yet, but four Blu-rays.
Amazing.
Of the Hobbit for £2, which is, I think it's a steal, really. Oh, now you. Yeah. Okay, I don't know how to close this machinery. How do you close?
with great
Anyway,
difficulty, apparently.
yeah, apparently with great difficulty. Monster University.
Oh yeah, nice.
Rockers watched this. We insisted upon. So Wreck-It Ralph,
It's great.
fantastic, so funny,
Yep.
and a lot of characters of gaming in there. So he was laughing his eyes out. Okay, keeping with the Marvel theme, Black Panther,
Nice.
the first one. Then 3D version plus normal version Doctor Strange, for £1,
Cool.
which is great,
So the
isn't
3D
it?
ones have the regular version as well in it?
Yes, they do
Because I
have.
imagine for the 3D you need a special TV or something, I'm guessing. It's not like the red and blue glasses kind of area.
Yeah. You have to have. Oh, greetings from faraway.
Greetings from far away Winnipeg. Oh man, that place sounds like a shithole. Hello, 420.
Then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, which we watched it and I loved it to bits. And look at the original price. And I paid for £1, Volume 2.
Amazing.
And then the last one of the Marvel stuff, Age of Ultron, for £2, because it's a 3D version. I guess that's why they charge extra. And the last but not least, Batman Begins.
Yeah, nice.
So it's a charity shop we go to because they have sometimes stuff like this kind of thing. I was like, wow, £1. I mean, why not? Because we're gonna watch it anyway. So is it having that as a physical media? Why the hell not? It's on the Blu-ray. It's really good quality. Everything just works really well. So yeah. So I went a little bit crazy. So this is after. Well, I think there was 2 trips, one before Christmas and after. After Christmas was a bit poor with a lot of stuff, but I was thinking that, like the superhero genre, I was like, I read comic books, I enjoy those movies, so why not have for £4? It's not.
I mean, you did it way better than I did it. A bunch of that stuff I bought when they first came out, so I didn't pay no £1 for each of them. But they are really great to have because I mean, obviously they've got all the special features and stuff on it too, and it's great.
Hello.
Hello. I'm lurking here somewhere. Excellent. Nice
Wonderful.
To see you.
Merry Christmas. So yeah, Mr. Rex, yeah, Mr. Donald Rex. Yeah. So it was, like waiting is really good thing to do. Plus, it's cheaper to buy this Blu-ray for £1 when actually streaming. So, if you wanted to rent stream, it's kind of like a bit crazy. So physical medium is a bit there. So I was like, oh, why not? Because I have some of the stuff. I don't have all of the movie universe of the Marvel, but whatever. If I can find this for £1 now these days, I'm gonna go for it because why the hell not? It's still memories. It's good memories. Especially
there was a time we dropped off getting them after a bit because then there was a bunch of them that I didn't really like. So we don't have everything, but we got a good chunk of that early stuff. Especially, I think we've got everything.
I don't think you would deny yourself if you found for $1, right? Would you?
God, no, of course not. No, absolutely not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you go to cheap bin for comic books, right?
Yeah, totally.
I kind of treat it this way. It's like, I don't get comic books for £1. I go for Blu-ray. So I went a little bit crazy. So we watched the Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we watched Klaus, the best animated movie made about Christmas. I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah,
it's from
I think saw that.
2019, I think. Or 2020 something. 2020 is before or after COVID, something like that.
Oh no, we didn't see that one actually. I'm just looking at images.
Highly recommend.
No, I haven't seen it. It doesn't look familiar to me.
Go watch it. It's such a heartwarming story. It's great.
Cool.
It's a kind of like introduction to Santa. So Klaus, fantastic. Highly recommend it. Then I finally watched Yojimbo.
Oh, yeah.
Yojimbo. So finally I decided to go that black and white route.
Shit, man.
1961, eh? So
oh, sorry. For some reason I was thinking Usagi Yojimbo. Yes.
No.
Yojimbo, Akira Kurosawa. Yes, of course. Kurosawa.
Yes.
Amazing. That's amazing.
The Criterion version of
yes.
That. So I watched it and oh wow. I mean, I knew I'm gonna enjoy it. So
Asking
Oh
if it's based
no,
on the Grant Morrison comic, Klaus.
no, because of a name, yeah, you would think so, but no, it's not. But I actually kind of don't know, because I know that I saw the pictures of the Grant Morrison version of Klaus, and this guy is like very young and like almost barbarian type kind of Klaus. But that one, there, no, he's aged dude like a Santa, and it has problems. And there's have a postman who comes into this little northern city of nowhere. Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
That's the style there.
It's what a treat, honestly, guys. Introduce that to your kids. It's really heartwarming storyline, and it has great actions.
I mean, looks pretty good. The style looks pretty amazing.
I like it. I like those kind of movies to introduce to people.
Mm.
So yeah, so Yojimbo by Surakawa, how you call it?
Kurosawa, yeah, Akira Kurosawa.
So yeah, I think you were talked about Kurosawa quite a bit, or some of that.
Shit, yeah, I have. I mean, that Yojimbo specifically, that's single hand. That's the movie that's responsible for the spaghetti western genre.
Yes,
the Man with No Name trilogy, and so that's an important one. All of all of the Kurosawa movies I've seen are fantastic, but that one has a very special place for sure.
I couldn't find it unfortunately on a Blu-ray. But I went on the streaming side and I watched it. And honestly, it's because it's that Clint Eastwood, they basically took that idea and made it westernized, and made it, instead of being samurai, is a western guy who comes into the town and doing this. So because it felt like similar, because I was like, surely am I imagining shit, but because it's really good idea. But what shocked me a lot about that movie was that he got beaten to a pulp, right? I was like, you useless, but because you don't have a sword, you don't have nothing. Like, there's no intent to like do this kung fu kind of thing. Not that saying you're supposed to have had, but I thought a little bit more finesse, because the way he moves his sword, he looks fantastic, almost like a wind in the way the guy acted, or camera angles they were putting in. And I really love the acting. Of course, I had not just the subtitles, not voiced, not dubbed.
Yeah.
So cool. Because I wanted to enhance the experience of acting, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the only way you could do it. I did it a bit too late, so there was quite a late night watching. But I did watch the whole. I was surprised. I was like, oh, I'm gonna, like you get too comfortable and blah blah blah. You're gonna go to Sleepyland, but no, it kept me. Yes, exactly. And I'll show you, because I got my Christmas present, and that spit image of that character in a lot of what I'm reading now. My Christmas present, right?
Yeah, give her. Go for it.
Oh, you want me to already do that? I haven't read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't read it at all.
Transition of the ages.
But this is one of my Christmas presents is Lone Wolf the Cub. Really good quality Dark Horse print once again. Faithful for being how it's supposed to be originally been printed, as you have to read it from right to left, right? Am I correct? Yes. I'm just shaking my brain. It has little schmancy, which is really helpful for the tome. I only started just getting into it. I'm enjoying it already. We see habit of a Westerner. I am already surprised how much the kid is involved in stuff. So, have you read it? Did you have a chance to read it, Terrence?
I've read, when it was those tiny books. I had like, I don't know, the first 10 volumes. So yeah, I've read a ton of it, but that was like 20 plus years ago at this point.
Okay, so this is really helpful to be this big. Because when I saw those omnibuy versions of Dark Horse, which they are tiny. You can barely see that this really helps. So it has Terrence actual Camus' art style of a century, I guess. Then when came, I don't know when this came out originally. Do you know when this originally came out?
Off the top of my head, no, but I can look it up.
Okay, cool. So, and the art style is basically what I'm trying to say, is almost came to a point of that kind of thing. So we see the guy, this is our lone wolf, and he's that spit image of Yojimbo actor.
Yeah.
Look at him, that image, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
The hair, the eyebrows. It doesn't have a beard. The only thing is different in here. And there's his son, and what he does with that cart, he's chucking that son going everywhere. And it's not like the sun and the use of sun, how they use the ability of doing it, how the introduction was that they just walking down the street, and there's this guys of a clan looking for some people because they heard this rumor there is this guy assassin going with the kid, and they think his name is Lone Wolf and the Cub, and he has this banner what he's walking with, which it says in there that he is kind of like from the father and son of this kind of clan, and or not clan or something, and he says that this is a school of this kind of type of art style or martial arts kind of thing. So he's kind of bannering himself or saying that I can fight in a way. And the one thing that also very amazing me is that the smarts he's already putting on. It really helps to be this big book. Honestly, reading experiences, I think, is so much far better than that. It has, of course, it's black and white because that's how originally it came out to be. This is like some underwater action. Sometimes not really explaining themselves. They also apologize because there's also lots of things they say they can't translate directly to English from Japanese, which is kind of loses itself as a ability to actually express themselves properly. So they do apologize that, or at least they say that in front of the book. And there's lots of kind of words which Kamui does really well with, to explain exactly what it is and what they do. In this book, of course, they don't have that. But the binding and the Dark Horse production is spectacular. This book has like a almost suede tooth to it. The cover, it's interesting color choice. I don't know why they chose this color. Do you have a clue why they would choose this color?
No idea, but it looks beautiful. So there's no dust jacket then.
No, thank God.
That's awesome.
Oh, I don't like dust jackets at all. This one doesn't have it. They only had that, wrap sleeve thingy when they new books come out. So far, I'm absolutely into it. I almost feel like now much more comfortable with this because we've been reading Kamui for 2 volumes, which does really help, right?
Yeah.
So I am. Seems to be my 2025 became more manga than I expected because of
amazing.
Yours.
Just to put that, you were talking like you can see that comparison there, right? Like the hair up and everything, and
yeah. You don't have that. As I say, he doesn't wear the beard, but his outfit almost in some places you could actually see that. Wait, that's the nice image where the child is holding a gun and it's like "Pak pak," and he says "Pak pak" kind of thing to distract somebody. It's hilarious. What does this child is doing in this, and a lot of scenery. There's a moment where there's destroying a wolf, and he almost felt like Kamui. Yeah, there you go. There's this scene in here where almost feels like Kamui wolf, and it's just a little bit more explanation how our lone wolf and the cub is dealing with situations and the smarts he has. His one thing is that you have to tell everything before you actually hire him as an assassin. So you have to tell all the consequences and everything what came to that point and why that person has to die. And if you don't, so he's gonna deal with you accordingly, or he's gonna just not do the job. So really impressed by it. Apparently this volume contains 2 volumes, not 1, of material, as far as I read. I'm not sure exactly. As I said, I haven't finished reading, but I just got it because I don't want to rush through it. It would be easy to rush through it, but I want to be an experience, right? So I'm pleased so far. Hopefully at the end of it, I will be like, do I need another one? But I've seen it in the bookshops already, and I've seen it. We found this comic book shop around, but it's very expensive actually. In a couple of 45 minutes away from here, we were driving around, and they had that one, and they of course charged the full price. This is a $55 American dollars in the retail, or $73 Canadian dollars in retail.
Mhm.
I got it as a gift. What I'm talking about, but you can get
Yeah,
it in here. I mean, anything
you
online.
paid free.
Yeah, I got it. Well, Santa gave it to me. So
Oh,
thank you,
Santa,
Santa.
what a guy.
But yeah, they are really good. Good. I think it's well worth it. I mean, it's the same size as Berserk, right?
Yeah, it looks to be. I mean, it looks to be. It's hard to tell on screen, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it looks pretty similar. Maybe a bit thicker than Berserk, but
It's as
that's comic book size. No, then Berserk is bigger then,
oh
because
really?
Berserk is bigger than a comic book size. I think. I think
Oh,
it's taller than a comic book.
okay then. Because it was next to the, I think it's called another manga called Wayland Saga or something like that. Something
Okay.
similar. There's another manga. It looks exactly the same. It's in red.
Mm.
So I don't know. Maybe Berserkers are maybe bit, but it's kind of chunka. Is I don't know if they have. Oh, they do. Oh, thank you, Dark Horse, for putting page numbers. That's really. Oh, I didn't even see that. See? Wait. 706 pages of material.
Yeah. Wow.
And oh yeah, there's explain. Oh my God, Rasa, just look at the back of the book. For me, it's a front, so I didn't look anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a specials. There's a cover, gloss covers, I think, or
Cool.
special art.
1970 to 1979. Oh, 1976. That's when it came out, by the way. 1970 is when it
Yeah.
started.
So there's this extra material at the back.
Yeah, great.
Frank Miller's, of course.
Yeah, I was just gonna say those look like some Frank Miller covers.
And about creators, Kosemi Kojima and Kazuo Koike.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then I don't know what that means, but anyway, great. I am definitely much easier to read in this size than whatever they were producing it prior to that, because I think that was just too small for your eye. Difficult to concentrate. I was opening in those high street bookstores. They had, because the manga is everywhere, right?
Right.
Manga choices is like shelves after shelves after shelves, and I open it up and it's Jesus. Probably it was like cut half of the comic book, and that's how big it was. It's like I don't know, but I don't know why, because I have reading glasses now. My age tells a lot, but I have a half a reading part, so I couldn't concentrate
Hilarious.
on that one. So yeah, so so shall I go?
That's cool.
Okay, shall I
Yeah,
go?
no, go ahead. Yep.
And I'll show you this to people. That's my second craft day of Christmas. I crafted my own present. So this
pretty sweet.
So this is a make
Super
your own
fucking cool.
cuckoo house. It has windows.
Come on.
It has doors which open, there you go. You can open the door. You can see the pendulum, which is a bit all over the place now because I'm doing that.
Yeah.
It's a Alice in Wonderland theme. As you can see, you have you see the
Oh yeah, the club's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the diamond in the back.
The spades.
And spades, and then your water wheel actually spins with a finger. And also, to my surprise, where is it? Where are you? It's LahRasa.
Oh, Josh, that's cool.
And then on demand, you can have.
Come on, man.
So yeah,
I love it.
It came as a flat pack. I had to build it all by my beautiful hands.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's really kind of a really cool thing to do. I mean, as I say, I love my crafts. So this is exactly up my alley.
Turn on the light now that it's sitting on the shelf.
Oh, we can kind of see it.
Oh man, that's so great. That looks so good.
Yeah, there you go.
That's so nice. I love it.
Yeah, so it's this rock or Roar, I don't know. Anyway, this company which they do in this, I think they are all like laser cut out, and you have a
Mhm.
flat packs. You have to push them all out, pull together. So after Christmas Day, I had to build. I was building it. It could have apparently it's 5 hour build, but of course I took my sweet time because I was going out with a friend for Christmas Day walk. She went
Yep.
to walk with a dog, and she invited me to come in. So I went for a walk, and that woman can walk, and I was like gassed. It's like, and she's like,
Mhm.
"Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I am okay." And she's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "I don't know how many miles we just went. I went for like 2 hour walk with her. That was a
Yeah,
lot
nice.
for me." So there was like, oh, and she's like has a pace as well. So she's tried to keep like I tried to keep up, and then I said to her, "Look, if you want me to finish this walk, you better slow down." But she's like a proper walker. It's like fantastic, to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah.
so it was so with the break. I think a couple of days. Had some other thing last Christmas, which is basically started this obsession a little bit, which was like a mini like a flower shop. But that was so annoying. I do not recommend it because you have to do paper flowers, and there were
Oh.
hundreds of them, like
Mhm.
hundreds. It took me like half month to build it because I got so annoyed. My fingers were glued all the time because I had to use
Mhm.
glue as well. I mean, apparently you can do it without glue, but that's a skill and a half to have. Anyway, so that's my Christmas. I didn't
That's
like
pretty cool.
nothing extreme. I just wanted a couple of things, and then I got it. So
Hey man, it's always nice to get something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
oh
matter what.
yeah,
It's nice.
exactly.
The thoughtful gifts are very nice.
Yes, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's just one is kind meaningful for me. The gift.
Yeah, totally.
Hmm.
So the book, the comic that I got for
Oh,
Christmas
oh, the drum roll.
was
Oh no, no way.
the huge
The beast, you
Carroll
got a
County
beast.
omnibus.
Wow,
That
you
is,
went
I
for
don't
it.
even know how many pages. It's got to be like 1,000 pages or whatever. I have no idea. But the amazing thing about it is, let me see
Wow,
if I can
dude.
find. It's got Tales of Harrow County in the back,
Oh,
and
is it?
then this much of it, probably like a good trade paperback. That's all
Yeah.
the extras, which
Oh,
is scripts and pinups and painting process and all
oh
stuff
boy.
by Tyler Crook. So I read the 32 issues of Harrow County. I sat kind of at the table for Boxing Day. I went out for a little bit for a few hours on Boxing Day, but the
Uh-huh.
rest of the day was spent just sitting and reading it. These kind of things, as everybody knows,
Mm,
it's much easier to read kind of sitting on a table.
yeah.
And it was a solid read. Like I really enjoyed it. I don't think it kind of, the further I got into the story, it didn't kind of blow me away like it did when I first read the first chunk of it. The thing
Uh-huh.
that I found surprising, not a complaint, but the thing I found surprising was how fast the story moves along,
Oh,
which
is
is
it?
kind of good to be honest,
Uh-huh.
because it did feel like a full story within those 32 individual issues. You do get a full,
Uh-huh.
beginning, middle, and an end, which is great, which is very satisfying.
Uh-huh.
But it moves at a pace like it doesn't kind of try to stretch out a storyline for 12 issues just to make a couple of trades out of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, page after page after page, of course, Tyler Crook's art is just fantastic. His watercolors are so nice. They give you the covers, obviously, for each of the issues as well. If
Uh-huh.
my hands will get out of the way there, so that's nice. So I still have the Tales of Harrow County to read at the end, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go through all those extras as well too, just to kind of see. There's a bunch of pinups from people, and so really, really nice gift. I'd actually forgotten that I'd asked for it, but
Uh-huh.
it is a freaking tome. Even just sitting, this year has really been the year of reading some gigantic books. When I think of like
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Rising, the
Mm-hmm.
Nausicaa, the Kamui books are pretty beefy as well too.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's been beefy books. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want, while we're on this beefy books, I don't
Oh.
know if Forgerelli is here, but speaking of beefy books,
You
Forgerelli
did
sent
it.
me, yeah, he sent me Stray Bullets,
Oh.
Raleigh's edition. So huge shout out to Forgerelli. Thank you so much. I saw he was on a stream with Earl Grey a long time ago and used his real name. I'm always a little hesitant using people's real names just in case they don't want it out there. But Forgerelli knows who he is. So this is so fantastic. I was again just shocked that he sent this, because this isn't a light small book. So I'm sure even from the States, the price of that must have been extraordinary. So huge shout out to Forgerelli. Thank you very much. But so yet another gigantic tome for me to read. So that's been kind of 2025, and then going on into 2026 is going to be, I mean, Jesus, just if I can pick them both up, holy fucking Moses, like, you know, 2 books.
Wow,
it's insane, dude. Thousands of pages of comics just right here. So yeah,
how's
pretty
your
amazing.
Harrow County paper, like the spine? Because I remember my Uber Alles
It's
when
a bit dodgy.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
careful with Uber Alles as well, because mine is not great. Because I went.
Yeah, no, and that's my criticism about. It's nice having everything contained in one, for sure it is.
It is
But honestly, the spine doesn't hold up. Like the hardcover, I'd be curious what the hardcover is like for the Harrow County, for example. See if that's a little sturdier. But yeah, I mean, it opened nice enough on the table. Once I got it on the table and started getting a chunk through, it sort of started laying flat. There was a few points because I didn't want to really press it open, because I didn't want to split the spine. So there was a couple of points where you're kind of having to tilt the book to see like the words that are kind of coming around the cove there. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult. It's nice to have it in one spot, but it isn't the most practical of formats. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty goddamn beefy. And again, just the weight of those things, fuck knows where the hell I'm going to put them. Probably down on the bottom shelf here. I'm going to have to make some room. So yeah, there you go. How was that?
So that's it? That's the only thing you got for Christmas?
Well, no, I mean, I read a bunch of other shit, but that was the specifically Christmas. That was the Christmas present book. So.
Yeah. So do you, because I didn't, I mean, I was reading a lot of Green Lantern stuff slowly. I didn't really read that much of the Lone Wolf yet. So because I was not sure, because I was thinking we're going to do the best of whatever we fought for the year.
Yeah, we could totally, we can do that as well too. Go for it. Do you have, why don't you get into some
I'll
of that?
do well, I don't have a list. I'll have a winner, which I'll do right at the end. But I have like the best ongoing series, let's say this way, for me for the year still continues being the Kaya, as probably the only one I fully want to look forward to reading it. Like, I mean, I have like Rick Remendes sacrifices, but it's kind of dipped quite a bit, I think, for both of us. So I'm not sure where it's gonna go next year. So I can't really put it as the best ongoing one, because I was at the beginning of maybe last year was a bit more, but I think he improved so significantly this series, and I think it's well deserved. So mine, the best ongoings for this year, I would give to Kaya, because of the arts and all the things you have. I mean, on the storyline and excitement levels and stuff, we don't have anymore Usagi Yojimbo, which is not really ongoing. It only comes in like 5 chapters, so I can't really say ongoing, right? And that this one is continuously going like 30, or I think this is the last issue so far, or it is a 31, because they have this colossal one, which I haven't fully read, but I can hear echo, Terrence. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird. I'll turn the volume down a little bit.
Is it me or is it you? Oh, I can hear myself now. So it must have been yours.
Can or cannot?
No, I can. I it's good now. I'm good now. I can't hear myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kaya is. So I can't really say anything bad about it. You know. So I like.
I mean, I don't disagree with that for sure. It is one that I definitely look forward to. I think I had that on my list probably last year. It probably hit the last year, which is why I wasn't on it this year. But I agree with you about Sacrificers. It did kind of drop off. I don't know what I think about it anymore. It's a solid enough read, but I feel like it's sort of dipped a bit. Whereas Kaya, it had a tiny bit of a dip there, but honestly, it came back like a shot. You know, like I found there was a few issues in a row there that really started accelerating. And then when we talk about like Harrow County and how quickly that story moves, Kaya sometimes is a little bit the opposite. I felt where there was a little bit of a lull, like stretching out some of these ideas. So it feels like maybe a little too long, as opposed to like, you know, you could be a little more concise with those arcs and the way things move. But that's a minor criticism, because overall, I mean, it's a goddamn enjoyable series, man. Like, and his art is fantastic, and you know, it's just a fun read, a really light kind of fun read for sure.
Okay, you can go with whatever you have. Do you have any?
So I was gonna talk a little bit about unfortunately, Fantasy Club Books here in Winnipeg. They were the comic shop that was they took up a little corner of another store on kind of Corydon Avenue, which is sort of our Italian district, I guess. Okay. He's gone out of business. He's going to be done in January. His shop was amazing for getting kind of indie and self-published stuff. Recently, he'd been getting a ton of stuff from Hollow Press in Italy, but his name is Austin. He's sort of like Winnipeg's Austin English, who does Domino Comics. Our Austin is kind of in that same vein. He's ordered from Domino before. He's had stuff from Reptile House come in. It's been a great spot to kind of, instead of having to order online, I've been able to get a lot of amazing stuff. So he had a 50% off sale. And I got a few things. I'll just talk about the things briefly, because two of them are really, really small. The first one is something called Litter Pig, and it's I think issue number 5 of Litter Pig just came out. Really amazing illustrations. They're black and white on the inside. It's a silent comic. There's a tiny bit of I don't know, I guess there's a bit of kind of the Kamui animal survival kind of thing, but there's also a touch of like Jim Woodring in here as well too. It feels almost like it's a Jim Woodring-esque kind of reality. Like the pig stumbles into this fairground as he's being chased by a pack of wolves. Let's see if I can find an earlier panel as we get into a fight here. So early on in the book, we just kind of have our pig rutting around. This artist I was able to find on Instagram. So here we go. Here's kind of the first couple pages of a fight with a dog, rather, not wolves. So this artist is on Instagram, Evan Collins, if that'll focus.
Barcelona.
Yeah, there you go. So this is from 2020, Barcelona 2020. I think, like I said, issue number 5 just came out. One of the cool things is when you look at his website, I think it's issue number 2 was sort of this pop-up kind of stage with this 3-dimensional thing out of paper. That was issue number 2 or issue number 3, I can't remember. And then the rest of them have just been comics. So this was a really nice surprise. Like I said, beautiful illustrations in it. The next one up is What's Fear Got to Do with It? And this is from Conundrum Press, which is a Canadian company that has put out some stuff in the past, like the Neil the Horse book, for example, they did. This was great, sort of like a crime kind of book. It's almost, I would kind of liken it to the sort of like the criminal universe, where it's not necessarily about the heist, isn't really the main focus of the story. It's more about these criminal characters. And in this one, it's kind of really centered around one of our main characters, 2 girlfriends. He's got a couple of girlfriends. The 3 of them live together. And this is focused kind of primarily on the 2 women of the story. And it's really, really good. I was surprised at kind of how good it was. The style speaks to me. This is kind of right in my wheelhouse, this style too. So, and it's it's not much bigger than Litter Pig, so much smaller than a regular comic.
Oh, wow.
A little square bound kind of book. I think she's done another book as well too. I also found her on Instagram and follow her on Instagram. Ivana Filipovic is her name, if that's how you pronounce it. So cool, man. Really, really good stuff. And then finally, which made it to my list this year, there was a couple of comics by this artist named Matt Locke that he had on the shelves that I was going to get. And when I was kind of looking around the room, I saw this box set. So this is from Hollow Press as well. And I think it's got about 15 of his zines and art magazines contained within the
Wow.
box, and it's really, really great. The
How
one of
much?
the things that impresses me about this kind of stuff is you
uh,
get everything from kind of like this tiny, tiny art zine, that's almost like something you would get out of a gumball machine with some drawings in it and stuff. Um, the thing with some of these, with a box set like this, is that it really allows you to get into the artist kind of world, because he's really created like a universe here with a very specific kind of style. And each of these books, whether they're art zines or whether they're mini comics and stuff, they kind of just add a little more flavor to that overall world. It's so great, man. I planned, when I got home, I planned to just sit and look through it for like 5 minutes. I ended up fully getting immersed in it and spending like a good hour and a half going through all of the books and flipping back and forth. And another guy that I found on Instagram, I actually contacted him to see if he had any pages for sale, and have been talking to him back and forth a little bit. I'm hoping to buy a couple of things from him, depending on what he's able to find. So I won't pull out every single one here, but this was one of the books that he had on the shelf at Fantasy Club. So again, even just flipping through it on the shelf, I could see like the style was interesting. And this is all hollow press stuff. So it would have been like $50 regular price, but because it was 50% off, it was $25, which was kind of an absolute no-brainer. So goddamn good. I think it's quite a way to represent an artist and give you a nice taste of everything that they've done. So shout out to Fantasy Club Books. They've always been amazing. I'm actually sorry to see them go. He's still going to exist and do like little markets here and there. So he'll still be around. It's just not, I often wondered how he was able to make ends meet, to be honest. Even though he had a PO box that he had stuff shipped to in the United States, I wish that Winnipeg was the city for this kind of stuff, but it really, really isn't, unfortunately. So I was always a bit surprised that I never really understood how he was making enough money to kind of make the rent in that place. I figured he must have had a pretty sweet deal, but unfortunately he's had to go. So shout out to Austin for all the great books.
You know that box that you just showed? How much that as a production feasible to do for a person who does just zines and word of mouth, because that's like a proper belief in himself and whatever he is doing,
Totally.
So it's
I think Hollow Press is one of those companies that they've really, over the years, even guy like Earl Grey in Germany has heard of and bought stuff from Hollow Press. Like, I feel like they've really built up a reputation. They put out a bunch of stuff from Tetsunori Toraya, the Japanese guy that I love. They put out stuff by Matt Brinkman. They put out all sorts of fantastic, sort of darker type of stuff, I would say, generally. But they've really built a name for themselves. So I think, like you said, it's definitely a leap of faith to kind of get someone's shit all in one box. But I think it was 2,000. Did they do 2,000 of these? I thought it said on the back here. Limited to 2,000 copies. So I mean, even that, like, that ain't nothing. That's still a chunk of money.
That's a quality,
a guy's work.
The paper you pay for the box to produce is, it just sounds like like proper, because that kind of stuff usually you see on Kickstarters, right? You get your funding and all. Sorry, the bird's going to interrupt.
Awesome.
So, but it's very impressive. I mean, and they're just seeing that stuff, because not everybody knows. Did you know the creator for a very long time now?
No, I did not. That was the first that I'd seen his work, right? So, and that's the beauty of kind of following some of these smaller publishers. You sort of get to trust their judgment on stuff. And when you see the name, you're more willing to give it a chance, even if you've never heard of the artist, right? So that's the only reason. And it was because he has some stuff like spread out that you can actually flip through, which is also the beauty of when you see it online. not all the sites will give you samples of the interior artwork. So sometimes you end up going in blind. Domino Books does a really good job of putting some images of what the inside looks like as well too, but there's nothing better than flipping through it on the shelf. Like when Damien goes to his amazing comic shops and sees all that indie and small press stuff, that to me sounds just incredible, just to be able to sit and flip through that stuff in person, right?
Is that Floating Worlds, right?
Floating Worlds, yeah, that's the big one for sure. Yeah.
Because every single time it comes, like, wow, what the hell, why? Kind of thing, like, what the hell, how they do this? Because the shipping thing is just, these days it's becoming more and more problematic. I just realized you have done the best of video, so I guess we didn't.
I did, but I still have to
really
stuff out, and I can throw some stuff in for sure.
I know, but we didn't really communicate that well, because I assumed that that's what we're going to do, just because the year is ending, right? It's the last video of the year. So I just realized you have just posted your own one. You've done it, what? Yes, no, not yesterday, the day before, right?
Yes, I think Friday night. But you can still talk about yours for sure.
No, yeah. So what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna do mine here.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever the hell. So, the best surprise of the year was to get this for me.
Oh yeah.
And I just actually started I watch Terry Moore's videos on YouTube on Sundays. That's when he posts. But it's basically now it's very clarified me how that came about. So this book actually, people who has helped him on Kickstarter got it like in almost spring to summertime. And I just got a hold of it like a month ago. So, but it went in general markets. He is doing something really exciting, by the way, Terence. I think you would probably appreciate it also. He's doing a one-off special story of Rachel Rising.
Oh, nice.
Which is probably going to get it once again. I think he kickstarted it already. And I think we're going to receive it maybe next year's end, like this thing came out. Hopefully that's the whole point. So this was a surprise for me, and I am really glad to get hold of this one, to have it with me. And it's always lovely to have Terry Moore's comic, no matter how quickly it reads. One of probably the quickest reads, but is the most human, entertaining reads and stuff. All right.
And a beautiful style, like that presentation, all of it looks so great, man.
Mm.
And he's always been kind of self-publishing his work, right? Like that Abstract Studios is him, right?
Yeah, it's run by his
wife, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's there you go. The people in charge. Robin is the publisher, and that's his name. He was talking that he had. I still can't hear myself, which bothers me now.
You can or can't?
I can't hear myself. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Maybe it's my thing. Do you remember I used to have?
It might be on your end, because nothing has changed over here, but that's weird. Anyway, how's that?
I don't know. Anyway, so surprise of the year, for sure. Yeah. I really like it. It's it's not something you see. Apparently, he's been in talks with publishers. Maybe there's something new storyline is gonna come out. Maybe, because I think that's what's the whole point. But he's been doing touring and traveling and stuff like that. So he's been doing. So next thing he's produced on Kickstarter is called Covers. I think that's what it is. Or no, how to draw video. The book, how to draw book he's gonna do. So people will know his processes of art and stuff like that. So this is the surprise of the year, because I didn't expect it to have it in my hands. I'm across the pond, so it's much more difficult with Kickstarters and stuff like that.
That's right, because that was the one that ended up at your comic shop, right? He ended up getting some copies in. Yeah, amazing.
Everybody can now in Europe. I guess everybody can get hold of that book now.
Sweet. I went to the comic shop the other day, and look what's out. The
Martian Manhunter.
The new issue of frickin' Martian Manhunter. So issue number 7 That galaxy always has a couple of the different covers, so I always end up getting one of the variants because they're about the same price. But there's the kind of standard cover, which is what I like. What they do about these ones, they'll do kind of a variant, and then they'll still do the regular cover on the inside. So then the cover stock on the outside is a little thicker. So this was only supposed to go 6 issues. It was such a hit that they decided to carry it on, I think, for another 6 issues. So this one sort of leaves off where the last story did. And that's one of the things that concerned me just a little bit, because they had an idea clearly for a 6-issue run. And then halfway through it or something is when it kind of got picked up for more. It still it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't quite feel like they're sort of making something up on the spot because, oh shit, now we've got to come up with another 6 issues. But it doesn't I find this was a little bit of a clunkier start from where we left off. But honestly, again, like every single page is just so beautiful that I'm willing to give it a wide berth when it comes to storytelling. It's not the story isn't the main reason I'm following this book. So as you can see, kind of page after page, beautiful colors, beautiful choices, including stuff like this. Like, look at this image, man. It's a stunner, a real stunner overall. And then they do kind of my favorite gimmick. They pull it off again, where you hold this page up to the light and you can see kind of the ghost image of this back cover, which in this case is kind of his wife and son, because they've split up at this point. Spoiler alert, they're living apart. So you can kind of hold that up. I don't think you're going to be able to see it here on camera. But anyway, it's a really great gimmick, and they've done it a few times. I really enjoy it. Like, look at these pinks and purples and blues and amazing stuff. So we're starting to get introduced to some other aspects. Honestly, I found a little bit of it confusing. I wasn't quite sure where we're going, or I don't really know where this story is going overall, but 100% still on board because I freaking love this book, man. It's amazing that they're giving artists and creators like this a chance and giving them a title. You know, yes, it's Martian Manhunter. It's not like they're getting Batman or Wonder Woman or something, but still, I'm glad that they're giving them a shot.
I'm really hoping that they will library we're finally gonna be able to pick it up. They have to mention that to me, but I think it doesn't help that it was holiday season, so everything prolongs. So I'm hoping that in January I will be able to pick it up and read it, and then we can actually have an in-depth chat a bit more, because then I will be volume 1 will be read for me. So it's like 6. They're still doing 6 issues, right? Normal trade.
Correct. That's, as far as I remember, they're doing another 6 issues, so it'll be 12 total. So I mean, if that's all that they do, it would be, this is one that I would double dip to get like a hardcover. If they do a hardcover of all 12 issues, I'd absolutely pick that up.
So do you think you would pick this as a best ongoing series for you?
I mean, it made my list this year for sure. Like, it made, because I had 2 books on the DC and 2 books on Marvel, I think. Is what I had. So I mean, this definitely made it on my list. I mean, for me, an ongoing series, that's an interesting question, because mini series versus ongoing series, what do you think? To me, this is kind of like 2 mini series, whereas Kaya is 100% an ongoing, because we don't really know when it's going to end, right? But yeah, so probably if forced to, I'd put this as a ongoing series for sure.
But you don't have anything else but Kaya, which is as ongoing as Kaya is, right? In your pool.
I mean, the only other one I'm picking up that's more ongoing is Sacrificers, right? But what else am I getting? Well, I guess the Ninja Turtles, because that's on issue 13 now. Who knows when that's going to end? What else am I reading that was ongoing? I think that was probably it. Seasons, I think I'm with you now. I may not pick up another one. I think I took it off my pull list, to be honest. So I don't know if I'm going to carry on with it, because it's just not catching my attention as much as I'd hoped.
Well, because we mentioned the recommender, I think so far his honorable mention of he's probably the book for me, which is kind of crazy to say, but his characters are so much more in depth in here. And I think only 4 issues. I can't really rate it as like fully immerse myself in the year, because it has to be 12 issues, right, for a year to the judge to make a judgment of it. But this is honorable mention, saying maybe next year will be something we'll talk about more about it. But I know that people who has read it, and I checked some YouTube videos of people expressing their opinions. As an overall package, I think is the strongest one so far, but it's only 4 issues, so I cannot tell. It's a very heartfelt story, and I think issue 4 is just gets better now, because of the situation is more graver, and there's lots of things happening, and situations where our main character is placed in is not the best. But this is an ornament mentioned for recommender comic book maybe to look for to read, because I think out of all, it's like Sacrifices was really having good run, but when he started having the break, I think that's where he started dipping in quality, because I think he was producing way too many comic books in 1 year. I think 5 or
Yeah,
6
I agree.
ongoing comic books, which is quite a lot for a creator to concentrate on with. So yeah, I will mention, and then the best recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles artist goes to Juan Ferreira. The best. I probably will look at this art in comic books for a long time. I just picked up 1 issue, but this is the scene in the court. But this 12-issue run with Jason Aaron, I think this artist has been spectacular for the whole year. He's doing absolute Batman, I think. No, absolute
Oh,
not absolute Superman. Sorry, no, Batman is Dragon.
okay.
So I mean, even kind of curious to see how that would look, because it's the superhero, yes, genre, but how will it look? Will it have the same kind of taste? What do we have it in Turtles? That will be a curious thing to see. But yeah, the best recent round of Turtles artist is Juan Ferreira for me, so I had to mention that. Jason Aaron.
I finally picked up issue 13. I haven't read it yet, but I finally grabbed it. So I'm really looking forward to digging into that too.
Jason Aaron, I can't really, even though we had the whole year run of Turtles, I cannot rate it, because I feel like it ended too abruptly, and it didn't really had that much momentum. It was just getting going, right? And suddenly they just stopped. And yes, 12 issues you could mention, but Jason Aaron has done, I think, for 12-issue run a bit more than what we got from the Turtles, at least in my, because maybe Turtles feel so much more personal for me. So
Yeah.
I judge it much harsher, so you never know.
It's like with these kind of characters, I feel like having an artist and a writer involved, I think it has to be longer than a year. Yes, a year is a long time. 12 issues is a good chunk, for sure it is. But for something like this, like you said, I agree with you. It felt like, I don't know, man. It felt like the first arc of something that should have been bigger and greater. You know what I mean? Like, this was the first year where he's in the book, and then in the next year, wait until you see what he does the next year. Now that he's introduced you to the world and things.
Yeah.
And I mean, that sounds so crazy to say that out loud, because 12 issues is a lot of comic to be able to have as kind of like your intro to the world or whatever. But I don't know, man, there was something about it for sure. It was appealing. It was good. I wouldn't say it was one of my favorite reads or anything.
No.
It was a solid read, no doubt about it. But I agree with you. Like, I feel like I would have loved to have seen him on it for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, give the guy 24, 30 issues and see what they kind of build out of this,
Another thing I saw is that run of Jason Aaron's, which is being collected. Actually, he has you can buy a hardcover, is on sale. Which Turtles books not go on sale. They really are difficult to get hold of, and that one run is on sale already, which is question mark. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, no surprise, man. No surprise.
To my very big surprise was when I went to, I saw that comic book shop, and they had that previous run from Kevin Eastman and Sophie Campbell's run, which had like 150 issue run. you can get a hardcover first volume, which is usually very difficult to get hold of now, or IW hardcover, still available to purchase, but it's like £60 for that first volume, which is like proper, like high retail and above it. So that's how I say you can value the quality of writing by, like just it's not selling, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, and I think it's also one of those things. I think it was pretty highly anticipated. I wish Gore Vidal was here because he was even talking about his comic shop.
Yeah.
It was the big talk of his comic shop leading up to it, right? Like the Jason Aaron run on the Turtles. And we talked about it a few times here on the Sunday chat as well, too. Like it was something a lot of us were looking forward to. It kind of had a little bit of hype, which is always hard to live up to. But I think in this case, I don't know if that was necessarily the hype that did it. It was just, it wasn't that amazing. Like I dropped it at the beginning and then picked it up again. So.
Because actually Juan Ferreira didn't even have the whole 12 months because he only started from issue 5. Because the first 4 issues were drawn by 4 different artists, right?
That's right.
The first one, my what's her name now?
Chris Burnham did a couple, right?
Yeah, he did. Chris Burnham did it. Raphael Albuquerque did it. And what's her name? Why am blanking her name? The female.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Lady Killer artist. Hello, Paolo. Lady Killer artist.
Hello, Paul Costa.
Oh, Jolie Jones. There you go. Jolie.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, Jolie Jones. So her.
She was right.
I was so excited. A turtle book with her. Like yes, I was so pumped. But then just didn't work. The writing was horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go now? Yeah, it's your turn, right?
Sure. I'll talk about this one since Paulo's here. Maybe Paulo knows this one. So there was one of our comic shops had a sale yesterday, as kind of happens on Boxing Day and days after and days before and into the new year and all sorts of things. Another comic shop, he's closing in January. He's got to move. So he is, I talked to him yesterday. Tony is his name at Cover to Cover. Fantastic comic shop. He has to move. So he had his, I think he has it every year. It was a 25% off sale, which was nothing to sneeze at. But buried in the back, this is the book that we got our image from for the stream this week. This is Anarcoma by Nazario is the artist's name. It just goes by Nazario. I can't remember what his full name was. I did look it up. So a Spanish cartoonist in kind of like underground comics. Let me see here if I can. Born Nazario Luke Vera in 1944. It says he's still alive. He's 81 years old. So he was Spanish comic artist and painter, considered the father of the Spanish underground comics. So they eventually, him and some friends, put together a underground anthology, which I can't remember what the name of it was. And actually Dargo, Catalan, it might have been Catalan or Dargo, I can't remember which, financed their Spanish underground comics. This one is fantastic. It's in beautiful shape. First of all, I think it cost me about $10. So there's like, be prepared as usual. Get your kids up out of bed, gather them around the computer screen because we're going to look at some dirty comics. So this one, our main character is that's the artist there. And I guess his character started getting put up around the street, posters and graffiti and such. So the main character is a trans detective of sorts, and he just creates this bonkers world. So the book opens up with a cast of characters where you get introduced to everybody that's in it. Humphrey and his family, who's kind of a closeted homosexual man. He's got his family, but he's madly in love with Anarcoma, and they have relationships together. And there's kind of, as it says there, assorted studs, faggots, and queens, etc. So he really fleshes out this world with some incredible characters. There's this kind of subplot that there's a machine that this scientist has created. You never find out exactly what it is, and they never actually find it. It's just sort of the MacGuffin, I guess, for putting this whole story together. I'm trying to find not just dirty images. There's a lot of filth in here, though. That's for damn sure. I can probably show you that page. There you go. Not that I'm worried about showing pages, it's just I don't want to show a ton of them. But his art is amazing. Very kind of underground feel. There's sort of a Spain Rodriguez. There's a Checkered Demon. Can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. It just feels like there's a couple of different artist styles that's going on in here. And I mean, some of this is incredibly 80s. Like that background is incredibly 80s looking. But like I said, it's just filled with sex and violence, people beating the shit out of each other. We do get introduced to this, what is he, XM2, which is a robot that basically you can push his belly button and he becomes a sex slave. So it's handed around to various people within this world here to have sex with it. So it's a real blast, man. It's a wild book. And for the time, I imagine it was incredibly risque. Let me see if I can find. There's also, we get introduced to a secret society here as well. Secret society of people with these boxes on their heads, and they're looking for the machine as well too. So it kind of closes up with another kind of secret society that's maybe calling a lot of the shots and is hot on the trails of this machine. So I think this also continued in their anthology, their Underground Comics anthology, with a bunch of other artists. And like I said, I'd love to try to hunt some of those down. So really, really nice. Anything from Catalan Communications, I'm a huge fan of. It's a beautiful hardcover. Good luck finding Non-Filthy. I looked him up and saw that Ana Karma was serialized, and El Viboro, that's the one, which was a Spanish comic magazine primarily about debauchery. So 100% I'll be looking for that one. That's got Comic Crack written all over it if you're talking debaucherous comics.
So how'd you hear?
Really nice score.
How'd you hear about it?
I had no idea about it. Like I was saying earlier, it had Catalan Communications on it, and that's one of those companies that when I see it, even if I don't know it, I'm willing to put the money in. And especially this was $10. I expected it to be a thin. Some of the comics and stuff he has there, the stuff that's maybe a little pricier, or he doesn't want, obviously you don't want kids looking through that. He'll do kind of like a photocopy, glue it onto a backing board with the price on the back of it. So then you can't see the interiors. So I thought it was just going to be a thin kind of soft cover. So I was really surprised when it was a hardcover book. And again, like the condition that it's in is gorgeous. So so I mean, Catalan Communications, I'm going to get it. If it says NBM, I'm going to get it. If it says Cinebook, I'm probably going to give it a chance, right? Hollow Press, I'm probably going to give it a chance. I trust their judgment on stuff, so I did not realize though that it would be that filthy. That's for damn sure. It took me even by surprise a little bit when I opened it up. It's like, holy shit. Lily was looking over my shoulder as I was taking the book out of the bag. She's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, it's probably adult, so I don't think I'll open this in front of you. Thank God I didn't. So there's lots of dudes fucking in that book, I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
Earned education that's just kickstarted.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So now you keep saying, so two of your basically hubs to go to buy books, they go closing down.
Well, I mean, I think that when I was talking to Tony, he just hasn't found himself a new location yet. He's planning to get a new location. He just hasn't found it. So I think it's the end of January that he's got to be out of his place. So, Nazario's biography on Tebesofera mentions he was a part of a collective artist in Barcelona during the 1970s. I bet they made Zap Comics looks like Sesame Street. I have a feeling, and I'd love to know, did you see any other names that's in this El Vibora kind of collective that you recognized, Paulo? Was there anybody that you're familiar with?
That's hilarious.
Good old filth. All right, the kids can go back to bed now. Now we'll talk about some family stuff. So send them packing.
So do you have like level of shock factor, or you think like anything is available for you? Can
For
I?
me personally,
Well, because you're the one who's buying it, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't shock very easily. Like I really don't.
Oh,
I don't find things too shocking unless it's like unless it's I find like in my older age now, I have less of a taste for stuff that's very, very extremely violent, especially like
oh.
misogynistic. You know, I don't have things like that in my collection. That's
Mhm.
where I would 100% draw the line. If it was like a book of kind of torturing women kind of book, that would be something that I just wouldn't get. But that's not because it's shocking to me. That's
Yeah.
because it's just I find that disgusting and distasteful, right? Like I don't find any enjoyment in that. Some of this stuff though, it's this book, yes, there's some violence, but it's so cartoony and it's not kind of cover to cover. It's more cover to cover sex as opposed
You're
to
right.
cover to cover violence, right? So but other than that, like there really isn't much that shocks me. I've seen a lot in my life, and especially when it comes to art,
Mhm.
I kind of I think part of me also I expect art to be shocking. I expect art
Mhm.
to push boundaries. I expect art to kind of make you question things. I expect art to show you something that you're maybe not used to seeing or you had no idea about. Like I that's where my expectations of kind of
Mhm.
quality art lay. I don't find it interesting when artists just kind of toe the line. I find that actually disgusting, which we'll talk about when we talk about the Crumb book in a little bit. But I want artists to kind of push boundaries. I want artists to ask tougher questions. Um, for me personally, that's way more rewarding, you know. So,
Mhm. Okay. So you just mentioned the man. So I'll mention this.
oh yes,
I mentioned this because it's the only. It's probably this is 2025 when Rasa finds Richard Corbin books appealing. Because after the I mean, I like Richard Corbin in generally, but this one is completely where I read it through and through, and I proper in and out, never disappoint, like never, you know, like your mind wanders when you don't like something. I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me. So when I read any kind of material, book wise, comic book or anything, if my mind starts wandering, that means the story is not really grabbing me. But this one is basically even your recommendation, but I honestly went, and I really like the way it presents itself. And I think I understand the appeal for you to have that on the library because I mean, it just gets better. I think throughout. I've seen you showing the other books before when we were talking about, and I think this is really fantastic. I really like the color depth. I like the characters, and the way the story is written. The mystery, the grievances, this scene here, very jarring with the water and everything going down. It's just really, and the house, which is kind of like really kind of like creepy, and it has all that sense of it in the pages. So yeah, 2025 when Richard Corbin is finally appreciated by me.
I mean that book, that specific volume made my list as well too. All of the Corbin stuff has been fantastic, but that one, it
Mm,
was such a good story. It was really poignant
mhm,
because it was the last thing he was working on
mhm,
before he died. Like I remember we read and talked about it. The
yeah.
video is on my channel somewhere, but
Mhm,
I'll put a link if I remember to. But I love that book. I love everything they're doing with Corbin's work. I'm so glad that you've kind of grown into a taste for his work because I found it just very unique for a long time and really stands out. One of the things, he's a great artist for that actually, because no matter what world he was in, he was always a bit of an outsider. He wasn't fully accepted into mainstream. He wasn't fully accepted into the undergrounds. The underground guys weren't particularly fans of his either, to be honest, when he started appearing in their books. So he always sort of cut his own path, which is also what I really
mhm.
appreciate about the guy, that he was his own artist. He wasn't really looking to kind of get in with any particular group. He cut his own path.
Yeah, he
I just
wasn't.
want to go over what Paula was saying here. El Vibora was later in his career. It was a long-running magazine. It started in 1980 and still existed in the 2010s. Yeah, when I was reading about it during the pandemic, they offered all those for free online, so you could kind of sign on to their website or wherever it was, and you could read the entire history of that magazine. So it's one I'll be looking at. The only name I really recognize that was a contemporary was Daniel Torres. Oh, of course, yeah. They also had foreign material, including Cabu, Willem, or Gilbert Shelton. Oh, that's right. Yes, I think also in El Vibora they even ran guys like Dan Clowes and Pete Bagg and Chris, not Chris Ware, but Black Hole. What the hell? Charles Burns. Charles Burns, I think, appeared in there as well too. Me next.
Yeah. When is that? Is it Arabian Nights? Corbin's.
I'm not sure the date. Let's have a quick look here.
Because that's the one.
Dark Horse.
I think.
While we're talking about it, let's make sure we do this every time, and I love doing it because everybody needs to continually buy the Corbin Library because I want to see it continue.
Yeah.
Corbin right there. Let's see. I don't see it here. I'll look for it while you're chatting next, and then we'll
well, it's your turn first.
Focus on that for sure. But that is in 2026, early to mid 2026 for sure.
Yeah,
so.
How many does it do? 3 or 4 books a year? We do.
I mean, I feel like it's been 4 books a year because
Wow.
what do they have now? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there 9 books total? I think it felt like there was a chunk of time there where one was coming out every 2 or 3 months. You know, it felt like there was a bunch that really kind of landed really back to back, which was amazing. So the return of, speaking of underground comics, maybe get your kids back and get your liberal and conservative leaning brethren to the screen, because he manages to piss everybody off, I'm sure, with this book. This is the new Robert Crumb book that Fantagraphics put out, Tales of Paranoia. My comic shop finally got a couple of copies in. It's a thick affair. It's a wordy affair. I read it in a couple of sittings. When he was drawing this, he was 80, 81 years old. He's a fucking monster of an artist still. It's pretty goddamn impressive. So we watched Begonia.
No, I did not watch it yet.
And it was fantastic. When you watch it, we'll have a more in-depth conversation. But here's what I'll say, not a spoiler whatsoever.
Okay.
What Begonia did so well was it tackled kind of political, quote-unquote, sides in a kind of humor, dark, weird, sci-fi kind of way. It was really clever at doing that. So it kind of puts you in a certain mindset. For myself personally now, I found as I get older, and especially due to the pandemic, but I've always kind of been this way, my distrust in a lot of things has really grown. And I think after watching Begonia, me being the way that I am, this book sort of lands in that state as well. He asks a lot of interesting questions. It's kind of conspiratorial at times. And then he mixes it with like a story like this that he did with his wife, for example. They were working on it before she died in 2022. He finished it off. Usually they each drew each other and did their own dialogue and sort of did a jam on the page. And it's super touching. It's about her kind of looking back at her artistic career and talking to him about it and how she feels like she's the kiss of death for some of these publishers. She had a bunch of books come out, and when they came out, the publisher went belly up and owed them money and stuff. So it made her feel like she wasn't as worthy of an artist. Choked up a little even just talking about it. It's a very touching story. Really, really nice. He also does this in the middle of the book, conspiracy theories, where he does kind of his, and I mean, there you go. There's the quote, question authority, which is basically what it comes down to. And then there's strips where he's talking to God. There's a strip here where he talks about a bad acid trip. It's such a it's such a well put together book. And again, like the fucking Crumb hand is still there, man. At 80 something years old, it's
Beautiful.
still there. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. I
Mhm.
knew I would get a sort of kick out of it. I thought it might be a little more transgressive than I was thinking when it actually turned out to be. Now, I don't know what the general public, I know that there was a time there where Crumb was really blacklisted and nobody wanted anything to do with him. And then he was sort of heralded as recognized as his place in the history of comics as an important figure. So
Yeah.
part of my hope was that this book would have come out and chased those fucking people off again. So I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what happened with that, but he does a good job of kind of maintaining that spirit of what some of the undergrounds were so good at doing, is being transgressive, asking questions. Yes, of course, there was a whole bunch of those books that just explored the id and were sexual and were dirty just for the sake of being dirty, 100%. But I think even that stuff pushes kind of taste and pushes people in a positive way for the most part. So this is well worth picking up. Even if you're not a Crumb fan, you can enjoy this. I think that there's a lot here politically that's interesting, but I think he does a good job of looking at it through a lens of, am I just fucking crazy? Or is this actually a thing? Because here's some things that we know that are untrue. And then he sort of builds off of that into something that's maybe a little more conspiratorial, but then also comes back and centers himself with like, geez, I just want to be a good person. And I really hope that there's an answer out there, and kind of struggling with his belief in a God figure and stuff. Like, it was fascinating, man. I really, the more even talking about it again, I think I enjoy it all that much more just sitting and kind of talking about it, which is something we've talked about many times doing this Sunday chat. It just kind of helps in the appreciation of some of this work. So it was $5.99 price tag. I think it's well worth $6 American, because it's a beefy goddamn book. So yeah, if you can find a copy, if you're out there watching, if you can find a copy, I would not hesitate and pick that sucker up. So there you go.
So, is Fantagraphics has any more plans for producing this kind of material from Crumb, or this is it? This is the last thing he
I'm
does.
honestly not sure. I feel like Crumb is the kind of guy where he'll tell you if he has something to release, as opposed to they'll kind of let him, hey man, why don't you do 6 issues? I feel like Crumb is the kind of guy, especially at this point in his career, where if I have something, I'll give you a shout and I'll give you the first chance to put it out, is possibly the way that it is for a guy like him. But I don't know. I don't know if our friend loading the cannon there, Colin, has anything to add, if he's around or if he's watching this in the future, being our man on the inside at Fantagraphics. I imagine that's how it is, though, for Crumb, that he comes to you and if he has a book, and that's just kind of how it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, that artist looks really good, because
Yeah.
it's a rare thing to see him not like pencils. I don't know. I haven't seen many of his pencils work, because I always usually seen his finished work with the ink and the color and all that stuff. Have you? I think you the one mentioned that you were looking at, but he done some mainstream work, right, for Marvel or DC. Didn't he do like a Marvel special with somebody? Because I think I saw somebody. Is it somebody
I
sharing
mean, they
on
did
YouTube?
that comics book with Marvel. I don't remember. That was Dennis Kitchen affair. I don't remember if Crumb had anything in that comics book.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure if he had something in there or not.
Okay. Because I
Yeah.
kind of swear somebody's shown they found the book that Crumb done for Marvel thing or something.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Or maybe
I'm not
Dark
aware.
Horse.
Nothing that I comes to the top of my mind.
Only thing I can think of is Dark Horse more because of the Hellboy. I think he had a couple of works in Hellboy for sure, because
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
that Colossus Hellboy book I have they had, and
Yeah.
you bought it. Didn't you buy it specially done Crumb work? Was it Richard?
No, not of Hellboy stuff. No, no. Somebody else. But yeah, not of Crumb.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did get some Hellboy where it was different artists that I
Yeah.
guess would be kind of similar for sure. Yeah, sort of in the same
Maybe
wheelhouse. Yeah.
I'm going out of the things. Okay.
Yeah.
So the book you shouldn't show to your kids, even though it looks like a fairy tale. so Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees is continued to be an extremely strong book. How far it will go, I think it's only 6 issues, I presume. I don't see that being any more than that, because it usually does that. But I hope it's gonna be. I don't know. It's building up. It hasn't yet went. I think this is just the issue 3. I think there's 4 of them. I think now, like crazy things, the stuff like that with Dreamlands, and I really like his expressions. And all the anthropomorphic characters are spectacular, and the story is creepy, which it doesn't lend itself by the art sense, but it's always it tells the story how she even murdered her parents in here. This was her first endeavor into becoming what she is and fantasizing about being the serial killer. Not really good in her brain. So yeah, this is the book, which is not safe for kids, but fantastic for reading. If you like that kind of like psychopathic bear affair. So Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. It's a second volume of the story, by the way. This is the first one came out a couple of years ago now. So I'm picking up in singles because I thought I missed out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's cool. It's interesting art for sure. Definitely looks like a children's book, 100%.
But it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really, honestly, I have the books laid out in here. My son comes in quite often lately, and I'm really worried that he's gonna go through, but it's not really like that curious about the book. So you have to basically shove it into towards him to do that. So yeah, I usually file that away. So so it's kind of interesting how that goes.
A new one, but also kind of fits in with one of my favorite reads of the year. The newest issue, or the final issue of The Killer, came out. Affairs of the State 2, issue number 6. So this has been coming out for a long time. They always do it in kind of 6-issue chunks with these individual stories. This has probably been one of my favorite arcs of The Killer. One of the things that I find fascinating about this book is kind of the mix of internal monologue and narration versus what he's saying or how he presents himself to the world. There's this kind of really dark interior at times where his kind of outlook on humanity is very, very bleak, and kind of he's very disassociative because his job is being an assassin, a hired assassin. He spends a lot of time alone and kind of presuming these sort of personas when he's on a mission. This one kind of touches into maybe a little bit more of his humane side and his kind of side where he does actually care about things. Even though I still don't know where I sit with this final issue, as far as, I won't give any spoilers or anything, as far as how this ended. I'm not 100% that I'm on board. I do think that there was something about this arc that they did so well, and I think part of that is because I've been reading it for so long and following this character for so long. There was a lot to enjoy in this final or the latest arc. I believe there's a lot more coming, and they sort of leave it's sort of an ending, but obviously every ending is kind of a cliffhanger. There's stuff that that they can still kind of jump off of with this one. I won't show you too many more pages for fear of showing you something that spoils things. Solid goddamn book. One of my favorite reads of the year. I love when this comes out, but nothing has kind of hit me in recent arcs like this Affairs of the State 2.
Do you know how many volumes there is?
Oof, at this point, there's got to be about 6 volumes, probably. 7 volumes.
Oh no,
but something like that. I don't know. I haven't gone back. It's something I've been intending to do, going back and pulling out all the previous volumes to have maybe another look through all of them and kind of remind myself of where we've come from, but I just haven't done it yet.
Okay. I kind of very curious all the time, but I've never seen it. not in collected editions, nothing in the bookshops, because I kind of have a
420, who's another Winnipegger who was in the chat, he recently found a collection of the killer stuff. Now, it didn't have Affairs of the State 2. I don't know how far it went, but he recently, so there is a collection of some kind that's out there that collects a good chunk of the books. Let's see if it says in my app here. JK, no, it's not in here. Is it just under Killer? Oh, the Killer. So there's the first series was a 10-issue series. Then there was Modus Vivendi, which was a 6-issue series. Affairs of the State 1, which is a 6-issue series. Affairs of the State 2, which is a 6-issue series. Wow. I believe there's one or two more volumes that I just don't have in my CLZ app, because I'm pretty sure there was more than 4.
Wow.
More than 4 of them.
Jesus. 420 saying that's a hefty book. Yeah, maybe on omnibus size.
Oh, maybe omnibus size. Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of material. Because the boom is funny.
Lots of material.
In the high street books, right? And that where I usually go to check collected editions. The boom section is sparse. They only keep it some of the stuff which is like like something which you actually gonna sell it, right? So popular items, but not everything. Like with DC and Marvel, you have always a lot of stuff, because that's the main two guys for the superheroes, right? But the independent sections, they have lots of stuff, usually lots of companies, maybe because there's so much companies now these days of independence work that boom just kind of goes away somewhere on the wayside. So that's what I'm saying, because I remember every single time you mention, it's like mental note, killer, like, but I never like I looked up and there's nothing pops in, because every single time we chat, this is how I remember what I kind of like I wanted to read. My library definitely doesn't have it because I already checked it out. So it's kind of the hell annoying me now. Okay, so
what you got next?
Well, 2025 was the manga influenced by yours.
Yes, it was.
So I would think this is a very much more, I don't know. Look, I haven't finished this. Okay, it's going to be controversial a little bit. I like this a lot, Akira, right? It's definitely way up there, the best thing people talk. But I'm really, because maybe it's one thing I'm getting into like a lot, and there's so much chunk of material I have read. This sits really nicely for me. So love it, this one, but I think this is winning for the manga part so far. So Kamui is getting the strong thrills from me, because I'm continuously, like you say, buying him in volume 2. Looking forward to volume 3 next year, right? So yeah, Kamui manga. So manga year. Cannot believe I'm even actually saying this, but it's fantastic tale. Lots of grief and drama, and you know what it is. This one, it explains so well. It's intense. It's explanation to what's happening. You don't really get lost because of language barrier. They are really caring about every single thing in detail, right? Not just following the storyline, but it also follows through with explanations to all of the stuff like that. And the scenery of the animals is one of my most favorite things I've seen in manga, let's say this way, especially maybe from that era. But I'm new to manga, so I can't judge much. So yeah, Kamui and manga is winning this year, seems to be, in my world of 2025.
I mean, I can see how that would maybe edge out Akira. If I think of like those stories, Akira is very kind of post-apocalyptic, and it's not necessarily a downer story, but even though Kamui has some downer moments,
yes,
I think overall it's kind of like an uplifting thing, right? Like people are realizing that they're uneducated and that they're being put in a place, and they want to start reading and they want to start gaining control of their lives. Whereas in Akira, it really is, nah, everything sucks. Fuck that. It's all destroyed. We're going to form a bike gang and we're going to paint our faces like clowns. You know what I mean? So I can absolutely see how one would edge out the other. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Akira, don't get me wrong. But this Kamui has been, it made my list as well, too. It was a no-brainer. I've been waiting for it forever. It's such a good goddamn read. I love his nature drawing. I love the nature stories of the wolf and everything. Like, it works so well. I love that it's like 600-page volumes because it really gives you a chance to dive in as opposed to like an issue here or there. Volume 3 comes out in January. March the 9th is when it's supposed to come out. So early March of 2026 is when volume 3. And while we're at it, The Last Voyage of Sinbad, one of the next in the Richard Corbin, that one's supposed to come out end of May 2026. They have a date of May 26th, 2026.
Okay.
So there's still more to come. So Kamui 2 times a year, so good, man. It's so goddamn good. I love it. I'm so glad you like it too. Yeah, that's great.
Well, the thing is, I think so far with Kamui, I had more, like you say, because I I haven't read volume 3 of Akira yet. But so far, Akira, visually is absolutely stunning. Visually, it doesn't know, there's nothing else better than that, Akira, right? The manga world. But when it comes to storytelling and the way they use the characters, even though there's a lot of characters in Kamui, and it's kind of, you're at a loss at sometimes, but his care and attention to how he's telling the storyline, which drives like my attention to even further more down the line. So I really like that part.
Cool. Another new read, another new issue when I went to the comic shop was TMNT Journeys. Issue number 4 is out. Yet another one that made my list for reads of the year. Even though it's still an ongoing, it's hard to kind of judge it until you've read the whole thing. I still love this book. This is Peter Laird and Jim Lawson. I've always got to remind myself when I say the names. It's so great. It's still in that sort of 80s black and white style. This has a bunch of different storylines going on. I don't even want to open this one and show you because I feel like this issue starts bringing a lot of those elements that we've seen in the first 3 issues. They start bringing them together in issue number 4. I found a couple of the transitions a little difficult to follow. I found that some of that was a tiny bit sloppy with this issue, where I kind of lost where we were and why we jumped from this scene to that scene. It sort of didn't flow super nicely, but I'm still enjoying this book because I think mainly it's still in that kind of 80s era. It's still got that look to it and that kind of rougher line work, and the amount of kind of zip-a-tone that's on the pages is pretty incredible, and detailed backgrounds and kind of textures and things. It's really, really good. So a strong recommendation. Again, like if and when this does come out in a collected edition, I wouldn't hesitate. Again, it might be one that I'd end up double dipping on. We'll see. But yeah, a good goddamn read for sure.
Okay, I'm trying to look for something I wanted to mention on the website, and I'm not trying to be. So you know that we know Usagi Yojimbo is, I don't know if he's going to do a new one, when it's going to come out, but what they did advertised, because you mentioned Turtles, and I thought I just mentioned before I forget, is that there's a new creator who has a rights to do Usagi Yojimbo from Stan Sakai, and he's doing it in March. Okay, the new series will come out, and it's going to be Usagi Yojimbo in the 80s or 90s. I think it's 80s. So it's a modernized kind of take on the Usagi Yojimbo. I don't see it. I looked in League of Geeks in March to see what's come out.
Is it Dark Horse still?
Should be, yes.
But
I don't see. Okay, wait. Oh, Usagi Yojimbo.
85. Yeah, I don't see anything even on the Dark Horse site, honestly.
Oh, there you go. It's going to be called The legend of Usagi Ojimbo is alive in the 80s with Usagi Ojimbo Kato 84. It's going to be called Kato 84.
Okay.
Can I share it? Let me see. Let me see
Yeah,
if I can.
please share it.
There you
Will it
go.
let you?
Can you do? Can you see?
Sure can.
So there you go. So this is the.
Hello, Chaos and Comics.
Oh, hello, hello. So
Cool.
that's the look, and the creator is Zach Rosenberg is the creator. Okay. Anyway, so there.
Yeah, sweet. That's pretty awesome. And sorry, when did you say it comes out? I can't read.
Oh wait, let me see. Uh, it doesn't really. Oh wait, March 11th is the first one comes out.
There you go.
March 11th.
Early March.
Yeah, 2026.
Cool.
Anyway, so I wanted to mention that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it's been a while without some Usagi.
Yes, and because
It's months,
Stan
I feel like.
Sakai is now touring Japan with promoting his Usagi book there. He's been doing that for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. I don't think there's even anything solicited. So far, when you type in Usagi Ojimbo, usually that's what Kato's 84 coming out. So I'm gonna, of course, definitely try because I'm curious to see what other person can do. But I'm very like question mark because of the yeah.
Rosenberg is great, but any Usagi not written by Sakai is going to be roasted. Yeah, I mean, it has that challenge going for it for sure. I'll probably love it though. I imagine that if I assume that Sakai had handpicked. I doubt that he just said, yeah, whoever, just get whoever. I'm assuming that he has way more to in the say of who takes over. So if he's been okayed by Stan, I imagine it's going to be pretty solid. But you're not wrong for sure. Is this the first time he's given his character over to another creator? Yeah. Chris, do you know? He has some comics. Do you know?
Yeah, because I have not been reading Usagi for a very long time, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I always have been on, like, oh, I'm going to read it. It's fully available until you realize and you get into books and you're like, damn, it's foolish of me. I'm such a fool for not going for it.
Usagi's walking into a bank. Yeah, cool. Did you have something else you wanted to show?
Okay, and I'm gonna just my book of the year for sure. It has been since I read it, and I mentioned that while we were talking. Is this? There's nothing better
Oh man,
for the year than this book, Cursed Pirate Girl by Jeremy Bastian. Is fantastic book. It's such a treat. And not only it visually stimulates your artistic I don't know, whatever that artistic thing is for you guys. For me, it's just an all inspirational work of the man's ability to fill pages with this, and not afraid to do in such a way where you have to turn the book to read and all that stuff. But it's just grown to a something where I always felt it could have the potential. I don't know. It just really clicked with me. I was so looking forward to this book because it doesn't come out as what you wish it would come out. It takes him 4 Fs to do the work. The style of work he has to put up details into it. It takes what a help forever. But if you guys have not even entered the world of Cursed Pirate Girl, it's such a wonderful, just for art's sake, for the ability to cover page to page with this imaginative creatures, this world. This is all underwater. She's it's just every page just I wish this book would have been like this size. Honestly, it deserves to be that crazy sized book where you see more things in greater detail than what it is in
totally.
here. But yeah, this is the book of 2025 for me for sure. It's nothing really touched it the same way or made me think about it. I always had this at the back of my head, and I read it. I'll tell you, I actually have that drawn myself, so I had the drawings done. And when did it came? When did I read it? I think I read it. Oh yeah, it was May 6th. It was. So
Shit, yeah, look at that.
that's my art.
May, huh? Wow.
Yeah. So this is when it came out. I knew straight away was my read of the year. Nothing really clicked as much as I was. Not only that, because I was excited about finally getting hold of a more cursed pirate, and especially work of Jeremy Bastian, but it's just. It's I don't know. It's just I've read a lot of things. Seems to be I've been reading, like library still, but nothing just didn't click it to a point where I remember it, and I really want people to give it a try if you can, of course, because not always is easy to get hold of them.
It's not easy to get a hold of it because I'm very jealous of that, because I remember when you showed that off. It's a beautiful format. I love that cover. I love the presentation of it. It's on a wish list. I already have it on a wish list, but it reminds me to kind of do another look. Yeah, Archaea. I'm telling you, man, they know their shit.
Yeah. So Archaea does the Mouse Guard. There's another artist I really like.
Yeah, they do the Killer as well too.
Yeah, they do some fantastic stuff, but this is honestly nothing to a level of this degree. Like Darrow, yes, we talk about Darrow a lot, and he's exquisite detail to attention to detail. But this guy is like, I mean, come on, he's etching it like it's really some spectacular stuff. And his storytelling, like I say, it just clicks so much more. It feels very much like his version of. I don't think it's like fully, but it does touch like Alice in Wonderland feel to it as well, because of the girl, and there's imaginable like what would happen in Alice in Wonderland would be in the ocean and looking for somebody, like in that magical world. Like, I mean, come on, man. It's just like I was showing it, like some people who is a fan of this man's work, I think, and likes the maritime kind of creatures. I think they would tattoo their body with this kind of art if you actually portray that much detail in one of the artistic artists would be as good. And it has funny moments. It has, of course, sad moments. She lost her eye in the previous stuff, like when in the beginning. But he came out with the single comic book format, and I remember that time when it did, because it did like it was like a crazy price for issue 1 because it's kind of really rare print as well. So yeah, but if you can get a hold of, I think is that 2 or 3 volumes? I could swear it's 2 for sure.
I thought it was 2.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, do you know tattoo artists to that caliber, Mr. Chaos and Comic?
Yeah, we'll all get to a YouTube club, YouTube comic book community tattoo of Cursed Pirate Girl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 volumes, but now I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I think he mentioned,
because I found the page on the Boom Studios because I want to keep it open because it's a good reminder to see if I can maybe get my hands on it.
Yeah.
See if I can get a hand on this stuff. They have 2 versions of that cover, one that's a lighter color and one that's a darker cover. Same art, same layout and everything, just the color of the book is different.
So he is from Michigan guy from Ypsilanti. That sounds like a made up more place, but I guess is that way. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, I didn't know there was an extra, or maybe it might be the hardcover is the dark one.
Cover. Yeah.
Cover, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I see that now. Yeah.
Because I always go for hardcover. Wait.
Cursed Pirate Girl, the beloved cult series, launched in 2012 with a story.
Yeah.
Since then, continuing Cursed Pirate Girl graphic novel, a special issue Cursed Pirate Girl 2015 annual, and then this one. So that looks like that's all of it. So there was one graphic novel, a special annual in 2015, and then this new one.
Okay, so look at
how do I stop sharing? There we go.
So there is this one.
Basically. Canada with cheaper shipping costs. Hilarious. Hold on, I'll make you big. There you go.
2010.
Oh, fuck me.
This
Look at
came
that
out.
shit.
Volume 1. Okay, Volume 1.
Shut your face.
But this is soft cover. I never was able to find hardcover. So
Dude.
this is it says 2010 copyright of this. And this one is more
That's probably
like
a small car in your hands there. That's probably buy a house with that book.
So there it's actually inking. It's less that kind of pencil look to it, to this. This is beginning. So you see, she had two beautiful eyes, and then she lost it. There was something else. There was another special. I'm damned if I don't think.
Yeah, there was a one shot, it said on the website.
Yes.
There, a one shot.
Yes, exactly. That's the one. But yeah, dudes, honestly, it's such a beautiful work, man. Is this Archaea still printing? Wait, let me just check.
Or was it independently published, maybe?
It says all rights reserved to Olympian Publishing.
Yeah.
But yeah, people's. So I'm gonna probably reread this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's spectacular. But that one is honestly, that Melodious Mutiny is so beautiful. I honestly highly recommend reading. And the same parrot, she's always there next to her. Oh, look, she lost her eye already. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah. So there you go. So there's volume 1, collected edition of volume 1.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's our they call it our generation's Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. 20 Canadian or American dollars for this one. Oh. Audio Dreamedy.
Huh.
Grant Morrison, Dave McKean, Randy Couture, and Jackson Public.
That's cool.
Miramax BBC's Dracula as a cursed pyre girl. Oh. Now I want to hear it.
Right on. Anything else? I have nothing else to really show or talk about. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about? I mean, the read of the year is that one for sure, though, right? You said, yeah. Look at that; those are beautiful. It's such a good presentation.
It's even this trade paper bag has the glossy.
Nice.
The silver.
Dan Nelson, welcome.
Dan, Happy New Year, or hope you had a good Christmas.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I've been reading my Green Lanterns, which were deep into volume Omnibus Volume 2, 400 pages in, and that space opera is continuously going crazy. The Sinestro and his ideas of what's supposed to be the world according to him, I think that kickstarted a lot. And Jeff Johns' writing is quite to a point, and there's lots of other creators involved, which they have the same similarity to creating and stuff.
Yeah, everybody check out. Sorry, Rasa. Everybody check out Dan Nelson's channel. Dan, I haven't seen your Christmas video yet. It came across my feed, but I haven't watched it yet. So if you don't know Dan, Dan's got a channel as well too. 4 months old now, Dan, something like that. So go check out Mr. Dan Elson over there on the YouTubes.
So did you? I haven't. I just found that Kaya, Colossal Kaya. Did you pick it up already?
I did not pick it up because when I was at the shop, I'm not very good sometimes with updating my CLZ, and I wasn't sure if I had picked it up already, so I didn't want to buy it in case I did a duplicate, right? So I didn't end up getting it, and I still haven't looked at my Kaya collection. I know that if I do have it, I haven't read it yet. So I think I'm behind on Kaya, though, honestly. I might be like 2 issues behind, I think.
I am gonna continue finishing.
Oh, yes, you are.
I am. I leave this. I need to remind myself not to live in this room because then I don't read stuff. I forget. So when I put it away into where I am, so I can see more often. So I'm gonna read it. Just the beauty of the art. Of
Yes.
I like it a lot. Look at this. Oh, look at that face.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's my 2026 look forward to list.
Yeah.
Wrath of the Spectre.
Sweet.
And I'm looking forward to Zatanna things. I can't find it library, so I might have to somehow check out the money for the Zatanna you have read.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was watching a video of people talking about Zatanna and where she's been into. I remembered that that Zatanna came out in the Hawkman book, number 4, I think it was her first appearance, and she looked like
okay.
Very the same fishnets, but in the style of that era comic book. And there was a story of how she split herself in 2 in order to be found by Hawkman and Hawkgirl. So that was a very interesting story, which I wouldn't mind reading. Also,
Hawkman Volume 1, Number 4 is what it says on the internet device. Yeah,
it is. And then Mr. Gore Vidal just posted a video, which I actually managed to watch because it was only 5 minutes. He was talking about the demon thing, which is very curious. I always have not read, and I don't have that treasure edition of Batman, which is about Ra's al Ghul. But I am Danius O'Neill's fans writing, so hopefully I'll enjoy that. And Batman is everywhere now. Did you know that Batman Absolute #1 is sold for $370 CGC 9.8?
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
I was like,
You heard it here first, folks. Sell that shit now while you can, because soon it's going to be worth a fucking nickel.
It's actually his #1 issue came into the 10th printing.
Yeah.
So people are going crazy, and apparently it's because I'm really, you know what I'm really pleased for? Nick Dragotta. I think he's well deserved to be elated now to what it is now, because now people will talk about Nick Dragotta. Oh, what a great artist now because he's doing the Batman. He done East or West, which is a spectacular work done by him. You should go and read that first, not rave about his Batman stuff, because that's where he's probably. I mean, that's where I saw him first, Nick Dragotta's work, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. He does Western style.
I read some of East versus West. I never finished the whole thing. I don't think I finished the whole thing anyway. But I know I read a bunch of it.
It was one of the ongoing series I was not going to leave behind. It's the same with Kaya's creator, right? Wes Craig. His Deadly Class is absolutely mind-blowingly good work of art. Yes, it hasn't been written yet because he's writing it now, Kaya, and I think he really does get this, the click turning now. So which is nice to hear. And people are talking more and more. Actually, now seeing people actually saying one of the mentions of Kaya more and more. So this is good for him. This is what you want for the creator like him, to just do better and better.
And speaking of Batman, hopefully this year I follow Raphael Grandpa on Instagram, and he's been talking about another Gargoyle of Gotham issue, because that story's still not done. I think we only had 2 issues so far. Is that what it was? Did those come out this year? 3 issues.
I think
so there's more coming, and I'm hoping that we see it in 2026, because I was enjoying that story. if only for his art, but the story actually wasn't that bad either, to be honest. So
I'm not sure if I was as into this Batman. I am finding it difficult to find the old Batman is really what drives my reading more than what's new now coming out.
Yeah, Dan's agreeing with you. 3 issues. Heard 4 is coming soon. Yeah, it's worth it to follow any of these artists you can on social media. Jose Villarrubia, I follow him on Facebook, and he's always interesting because he'll post a bunch of stuff about just comics in general, not just kind of the stuff that's coming from him. So that's always interesting to hear what he's got to say from like a colorist's perspective, is usually how he puts it, you know.
Is he still doing some work for Crumb and stuff?
No, he wasn't doing any work for Crumb. He was doing the Corbin stuff.
Corbin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mixing.
C, they're both C's. Yeah. You drank your.
I blame my liqueur gin stuff.
Yeah.
I blame there's gold dust inside. I think they sparking my brain the wrong way.
Yeah.
I agree. Old Batman is way better. Yep. Oh, really? You read the Absolute Batman
way better.
Annual?
I really dug the Absolute Batman Annual. Yeah, interesting. I don't know if I have a preference, to be honest, but
well, everybody's saying, "Oh, Joker's first appearance is in Absolute Batman number 15," and of course they have 105 covers for that.
Of course they do. Yeah.
I hope we're gonna stop with those blind bags nonsense. I don't know. I have never bought one.
It's still happening. I even saw blind bags for Ninja Turtles, man.
Oh, so, yes, I heard that.
Yeah, it's getting fucking everywhere, man. This blind bag fucking nonsense, and everybody's buying into it around here. I see it a lot in the comic book Facebook groups that I'm a part of, the Winnipeg ones. Yeah. Everybody's getting that shit, hoping, like playing the lottery, right? So.
Oh, completely out of the blue, but I just remembered. Have you seen the movie called Hugo?
I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar.
It's Martin Scorsese's one about a boy who was living in a train station.
Oh yeah, I recognize the cover. Yeah, I recognize the art. Whatever. Jude Law, Christopher Lee, Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah. I do know this movie. I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. Yeah.
So I was surprised how much I got into it because they had this thing called automaton, a creature which was very popular in the 1800s, where people started to use clock mechanisms because, like me making a clock, I'm becoming a specialist. But but you know what I mean. Oh yeah. Darren Warren Johnson, right? Story with Batman.
Just annihilate some white supremacists. Real fun issue, yeah.
So yeah, the automaton was so fascinating for me that I could not stop looking at it. So let the prematures waste money on the blind bags. Just wait for the trade. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if this blind bag shit gets these companies money so they can put out more books.
Yeah.
Hey man, more fucking power to you. More power to you. But it's always even sitting on the sidelines watching some of that nonsense is I don't know, man. Whatever. It's their money. Do what you want with it. Go for it. I just hope it doesn't do the opposite and sink some of these companies because they're putting all this time and energy into this kind of horse shit,
I remember when there was a Sex Criminals. Remember that series?
I do.
And they put them in the bags on purpose because it was too graphic to put it on.
Yeah.
So they put it in the bag so you can't see what cover it is.
Oh, one other thing I just picked up at the comic shop. Speaking of like new issues,
go on.
I didn't know this was out or coming out, but it's a Criminal one-shot, giant size one-shot. Just says Phillips on the cover though. Oh no, it says by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Oh, there it says Brubaker there. I'm a fucking idiot. It says Brubaker right there going down. I guess because it was side by each, I didn't read it properly. So there you go.
You tell me what it was.
Coming soon to a streaming platform near you, Criminal. So a little teaser of coming soon. I can't wait for that. So it's on that nice newsprint as well,
Oh, is
too. So
it?
the nice texture paper. But yeah,
Oh
and
boy,
it's another chunky affair too. It's a big issue,
dude.
and it is $5.99 US. So that was something else.
Oh, you need to tell me if you like it because is it worth it?
I will for sure.
I'm not. I'm not really since the I think
I
Newburn
got
is
you
it
420. I got you.
yeah. Newburn is the last thing I read from Brubaker and Phillips, and then there was two more coming out which I did not pick it up because I kind of I don't know. It just goes on the wayside now. It's just I have not heard people raving about it. I think I heard that a holy something with the girl on the cover, and it's about spiritual stuff. So they're saying that even it didn't click for them.
Mm.
So when I hear that kind of from Brewbreaker, I was like, oh, that's a bit of worrisome because Brewbreaker
Mhm.
actually, I think Friday is that he came out with the hardcover finally, the full collected edition.
Oh,
So that one is already raved about and saying how surprising it is because of the Martin, what is his name?
Marcos Martin, I think is who it is, right?
There you go, there you go.
It's out of reach. It's up there somewhere. I
Fan-
loved Friday is Grace, man.
Fantastic
It's
little
really
book
great.
which needs to be read by people just because of art style is,
Yep.
and that's because Brubaker is not doing what he usually does. It's something of Brubaker you don't expect him writing, and it's actually really fresh of breath, fresh of air from the creator who's kind of like mainly known for being a criminal kind of type of the story teller lately, or that's what he's famous for. Also, I was watching that video about Darwin Cook, and
Oh,
and
I watched that as well too. Loved it.
I loved it for sure, and I was surprised that actually they were beefing between together because that's why his Catwoman's run ended shortly after because of these opinions, and he was too outspoken about a lot of things, which is I knew about that. I think Jimmy Palmiotti was really defending Darwin Cook for a lot of times because they were like really close buddies, and I remember the interview given. I think since his passing, Darwin Cook's passing, and he's like, well, people just didn't understand what Darwin was all about. Like he has his own ways. And then the story
Yep.
about that Green Lantern story, that how it took him, he had a story to give them. They didn't bless it and didn't want it to go. Oh, go work on something else. And now is the best story, and they're selling it like cupcakes on the shelves because you see Frontier. What is it called? Frontier.
Nah, New Frontier.
The New Frontier, and every year they're churning out a new edition. Yeah, and that's what really bugs me about the companies like that. So you have a creator like this who has a story to tell,
and that's the thing, because they're too worried about fucking blind bags and fucking variant covers. They don't recognize fucking talent when it's breathing right down their goddamn necks. Like, it drives me fucking mental. Because I mean, he's one of those guys, like, and I think he's that old school kind of guy that I grew up working with in like steel shops, a little bit rough around the edges, gets angry and shit, likes to drink, likes to smoke. I would have loved, he's one of those creators that I don't usually care too much about meeting creators or famous people or whatever, that kind of shit. He's one of those guys, but I would have loved to have met him and sat down and just drank with him. Like, I think that would have been the best. And that whole story, like you said, on Matt's channel there, it's such a great story. And just again, like, just his arc on going, and I've got his first appearance actually in one of the DC books. I've got that first story. I can't dig it out. Well, I'll try to dig it out in a minute maybe, but so I mean, just hearing his story of how he kind of broke into comics by way of animation, and I was surprised as you were about some of the falling outs that he had, like with Bruce Timm and people like that. That kind of took me by surprise a little bit. But again, I think you're right. Like, he just was a guy that spoke his mind, and I think that pissed people off, and they sort of wrote him off. And he probably had a bit of a temper. He probably wanted things. He was probably a little bit of a perfectionist and wanted things a certain way. And so I'm not dismissing anybody's personal experience with him. I can only imagine being around that level of kind of like being in kind of like the creative realm myself, shooting movies. You get that kind of, there is this sort of type of artist that can be difficult to work with in very specific ways. They can be a little abusive. I hope that Cook wasn't to that level of abusive, but Parker's insanely good. Like 420 says, like it's insanely good. He delivers that story so well. And after reading the books, especially, his version of it is so well done. He was just a phenomenal goddamn artist. No accounting for taste or lack thereof. Yeah, that Cook video Matt did was great. You guys read his Parker stuff, right? Yeah, of course, absolutely. Parker's insanely good. Talent is not meant to be recognized nor promoted. Otherwise, the famous artist leaves to start his own company. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I agree. The Parker stuff I read from library, so the small editions. I always wanted those martinis, but they were when they were coming out. I was like, okay, I'll wait a little bit. But of course, they got sold out, and it wasn't printed anymore. Then they came out with different editions of martini things. And then the sad story about that, what he couldn't. So here, the creator of Parker series had agreed with the cook to everything, and then about to meet and that guy dies, right? So
Yeah, just before it came out.
and then
Yeah.
and then he himself, Darwin Cook, didn't finish it as according to what he
Yeah.
wanted to do. There was so much more planned ahead, and it never gonna be happening anymore. And it's like, but then Brew Baker, when Darwin Cook died, I can clearly remember Brew Baker did some special on one of the martini editions, right?
That's right. In the second volume, which I have the first martini edition. I don't have the second one. It's actually at one of my comic shops. I saw it there just the other day when I was there, and I really should just get it. I should just suck it up and get it because that has a Darwin Cook, a Brew Baker story in that second volume. Yeah.
So I'm fine now. For me, it's more intriguing. What's happening? If it's this beefing up between two of them, did they patch up the beefiness, or just people were just knowing that you were working with him?
I think that, like a lot of people, you get to a certain age, and especially speaking as a man, you get to a certain age, and I mean, I've become friends with people where we really clashed at the beginning, and I'm still friends with people where we clash. We don't agree. There's just a certain way that you end up dealing with shit. It's one of the things that I've always appreciated about working in the kind of industries and labor that I've worked in. You can have those knockdown dragouts where it's like, let's just go to the parking lot, get that out of our system, and then go have a beer afterwards, right? There is a sense of that with a certain type of person. And I would say that that's not just men. Obviously, that's women as well. That's all sorts of people. But I think that there is something inherent in that kind of some of those types of people where just because you have this beef and it may be heated doesn't mean that that then lasts for the rest of your life. You reach a certain age or a point in your life where you go, fuck all that shit. Yeah, I was pissed off. Yeah, you were an asshole. Whatever. Let's just get past that. You know what I mean? And I feel like he was probably one of those kind of guys that would get hot about stuff and get passionate about something, but also be willing to see past it given some time, right? You know, so.
Yeah, it's a very good. I mean, I always liked Darwin Cook. You know that Batman story, so I've never even read it because I was trying to get hold of it in singles. My first, always, with Darwin Cook work is single issues first. Let me try to get hold of them as quickly as I, in my tempo. But if I can't, then I have to go the collected editions. The same with New Frontier. I had these 2 issues of New Frontier in single format. And I was like, I can't do this anymore because I remember you were showing me off your. Do you have a slipcase one, right?
I got the omnibus. I've got the single issues. Yeah, I've got the animated movie. Like I fucking love New Frontier. I think it's great.
Yeah. So I got collected edition New Frontier, then hardcover, not slipcase. I was really jealous of slipcase of people having that. So now it's the same with that other Batman story, which I didn't. And I saw. Because that Matt video showed the panel to panel, and he was comparing with the era of the comic books, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you can see that the storytelling in him and Darwin Cook's work is just somewhere else, right? The man who knows what he wanted to say and how he wanted to portray it. So
talk amongst yourselves. I'll find this first appearance thing. Hold on, I think I know where it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, good for us. So Darwin Cook is always, and those covers they were the special covers they had him doing, but he always never agreed with the big 2. And there's a pity about the Parker series. It's I think the worst for magnitude of the creator who was getting his way, and he's starting to get to acknowledge to what he is able to contribute, and never being able to finish those series is kind of sad, especially how much care and attention he wanted to give to that series as well. So go on, show us what you have.
So it is
Go on.
talent showcase. I'll make myself big.
Oh, really? Wow.
Let's see here.
Definitely have it. Wow. Talent showcase.
So issue number 19, and I think it's one of those that's a little bit undersold because I don't think it's maybe necessarily common knowledge.
Nope.
Let's see. So the date is stupid goddamn small writing. I think that
1985.
Says yeah, 1985. Thank you. It said on the cover too.
Yeah.
1985. So there you go.
Cool.
There it is there.
Oh, wow.
The Private Eye, Darwin Cook.
Douche.
And I mean, you can see right off the hop, like for his first comic work, the first thing that he shopped around, you can see, yes, he's not 100%. He's probably not 100% in Darwin Cook mode, but you can see he's still top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wordless story there, Dan Elson. Yeah, 100% wordless. So you can freeze frame this if you're watching back and quote unquote read his first comic appearance there that I think got kind of panned. Yeah, that was it. So those 5 pages was it. But yeah, so it's like I said, the talent showcase from 85, October 85, issue number 19. So if you want to hunt that sucker down,
just don't go looking for on eBay. It's gonna be blown up.
Oh, did you look on eBay already?
£25 per issue.
£25, yeah. I found this one in the bins, and it wasn't even close to that. It was a couple of dollars. I didn't write the price on the back. Sometimes with this kind of stuff, I'll write on the back how much I paid for it, but I didn't on this one. But I know that it was not $25 even. It wasn't even. I don't even think it was $5 to be honest.
I don't think people realize what they have sometimes. That's the thing.
I think so, especially with a cover like that. It doesn't. He's not on the cover. It doesn't say presenting Darwin Cook, because I mean at this time he would have been nobody, right? He's just a guy in a book. So I think it kind of goes unnoticed, right?
Yeah.
Passed over.
I think I heard also, well, just out the wayside, but I somehow, because of I have this McFarlane is doing a Christmas special movie, animated movie for next year apparently.
Oh yeah.
So he's been penned whatever you agreed upon, or he's already made it. I don't know how that works, because I don't know who owns now the things for anything like animated series and stuff like that, but. Because McFarlane owns his own property for Spawn, right? So I guess he owns his own animated world. Then I don't know how that works, because I know I've watched. Isn't Spawn came out in MTV channels, right?
Yeah, it did. That original Spawn. I remember when that came out, we were hooked on it right away. We were waiting for it because we were watching like the Max and stuff, and we were big into all this animated stuff that was on TV, especially in when Spawn hit, like we were watching right from the beginning, man. Loved it.
Because it's Christmas, I kind of like, I heard that stuff. It was like, what? Why Spawn? What? Like that kind of thing. Kind of surprising enough. Anyway, so what else? Well, next year, there's nothing else to like apart from manga to look forward to. Nothing new, like a comic book series I would look like. I have in my mind. I haven't watched, because I don't see the previews, right? They already soliciting a lot of things for March. I think March is the big date for everybody, apparently. So so a lot of people saying good things about Batman and Robin series, which has been written by Philip something, three names, writer.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No, not the actor. um anyway, so they ending it. Apparently they people are uproaring,
Mm.
whoever reading the series, saying what they actually completely canceling the series. So by the issue 12, apparently, or 12, is it 12 issues they come out, they canceling those series because he's penned exclusive writer for Marvel. So Marvel is probably trying to get us better writers down the making Marvel books relevant again. I hope, but I haven't read. I actually watched. They came out with another Doctor Strange #1. So when I went to that
Oh,
bookshop, I had to look it up to see.
mhm.
Don't know the artist, don't know the writer, nothing. It just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
didn't scream nothing for
I
me.
mean, that's one thing I'm looking forward not doing in the new year. I'm going to stop falling into those traps of, hey, here's a Daredevil #1. Hey, here's a Doctor Strange #1. Maybe I'll just give it a try. And because I'm always fucking disappointed, and I always feel like I get suckered into that shit. So that's something for the new year that I'm looking forward to not doing. I think one of the things, as much as I've loved kind of these big books and stuff, I think also that's something I'm going to get away from. Obviously, minus the Kamui, that'll be the only one. I think my omnibus days, I think, are done. It's
You
nice
never bought
getting
one.
stuff. What's that?
You don't even have an omnibus.
Well, sure I do. I've got those big fucking honking things. The Uber Ollies, just yeah, Rachel
Those are like
Rising. That's omnibus.
those
It
are
says
like
right on the cover.
you're talking about
Omnibus. So, I mean, I've got a few of those things, and like the Nausicaa books, like just that level
compendiums.
of beefy tome. I think that I'm going to move away from getting those. And as
Compendium.
far as like things that I'm looking forward to, I suppose, I don't know, maybe trying to pick up a couple more grails. You know what I mean? Like trying
Oh,
to. I'd
really?
love to try to fill in some of the gaps in my Ninja Turtles run, like the Mirage Studio stuff. Maybe
Uh-huh.
drop a couple of bucks extra on some of those to fill in some
Wow,
of those
that's
gaps
a brave
because I've
soul.
got so much of that stuff already. Um, so I hear that. I will keep falling for it myself. What else do I have to do? Yeah, and I mean, I think that I just keep, like I said, I keep falling for those traps with the Marvel stuff. So
Yeah.
anything you're gonna look to pick up this year? Any focuses for your collection, maybe?
I am hoping I will at least visit once the Comic Mart again. So yes, that's my focus.
That
I
would be
wanted
awesome.
I would like to do that. So that's one hope for. I'm hoping to sell more things, to be honest.
Hmm.
I'm not sure which way I'm gonna go that route, but oh, I went to this so the same charity shop where I got those Blu-rays. I saw this box and they were having all collected editions. And I could not believe the outrageous pricing tags they were putting on, like a brand new trade paperback. They were charging £10. Like, excuse me. I was like, I went like, excuse me, what the hell is going on here? This is
Yeah,
not worth a penny. Like
yeah.
whatever that new 50 after new 52, what there was the DC's, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't
Fucked
matter.
if I know.
Those trade paperbacks, and they were asking
Yeah,
15 to £20. I was like, oh, there was a hardcover Batman Dark Victory, which they were charging £20 for. I was like, I don't think that's worth it, especially
yeah,
used
yeah, yeah.
in that condition. So I was like really outraged by that. But I would like to go hunt for stuff like, if I could, because
Hmm.
that's really exciting. But I'm not sure how far I'm going to get to that. But at least I have one. If I can do one trip to London Mart, I would be extremely ecstatic. It's a pity they don't do that in when my birthday is out because it's too early for them. They usually do February, so right after my birthday.
Hmm.
So I hopefully would be going to that. I would like because it's always the best to go or the last one of a year or the first of the year because the first of the year is usually the best because a lot of vendors comes through because it's been quite a while before, so they
Well, and
usually
that's probably
have
when they have the most new stock available too, I imagine.
exactly
Yeah.
that's the whole point, right?
Hmm.
So that's my goal, and of course I'm not sure how much my manga obsession will go for as far as I am concerned. um it's very good so far with Kamui. That really is I'm looking forward to for sure. I'm gonna make my opinion about Lone Wolf in the Cup after actually gonna finish reading it. But it's good to actually even attempt, like broaden the horizons, right?
Yeah.
Because there's lots of stuff like that is kind of intriguing in that world.
Lots of stuff. That's part of the problem. There's fucking lots of it.
Yeah. And it's much better for me would be library to pick up from libraries, because I would like to do that more often. Library has been sparse, like it has also its moments. They really buy quite a lot of few things, like oh yeah, I don't have it, but like the best DC book I read for a year probably was Absolute Wonder Woman, because I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
the way her that darker tone to Wonder Woman, and that the witch was really more prominent influence towards her, and that she was using several things, and she wasn't afraid to kill the gods in order to get her abilities in the high levels. Also that she's lost her arm, and the arm she has is magically feasible only, so magic actually makes the arm work for her. So that it's really kind of refreshing to read Wonder Woman in that sense. So I think
Yeah.
one of the mentions, which I forgot maybe, is the Wonder Woman, and I think you should actually try to see if you could read it. Not like library probably would have it; it's quite popular.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'd be
he
curious for sure. Yeah.
somebody told me what the artist was doing prior to Wonder Woman, and now I'm blanking the name of that comic book he was doing. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward maybe more ongoing series to pick up something new, but I am very picky and I find it really hard. And lately, I think it's really becoming quite difficult to find an ongoing series, which actually they are doing more than 30 issues, right? So most of them are kind of like don't want to attempt to do so. So let's see where we're gonna stand. And I definitely don't see myself buying any blind bag ever in my life. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay with that one.
Fucking dirt bags. I'll just show you this and then maybe we'll sign off.
You
But
go on.
here's the oh boy, is that gonna
Oh,
even show up?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, there
Okay,
it
go.
is.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got it. You got it. Yeah, go on.
So I mean that's what I have. So I mean,
Fourth
I
print.
just need issue number 4 and I'll have the first 21 issues. Obviously,
Oh, wow.
I'm not talking like first printings of some of those. Like you can see there, the one I have for number 1 is the 4th printing.
But still.
But I mean, I'd love to fill in some of those gaps, There ain't that many. What is that? 22, 23, 24, and then 26. So 5 issues and I'll have the first 39. Hell,
Wow.
man, 6 issues and I'll have the first 42 issues. So I'd love to fill in some of those gaps in that collection because I'm thoroughly enjoying reading that stuff. So
Did you check it out? The price tag you would have to go for?
I have them marked on my comic shop because I figure that's probably going to be one of the places because I keep looking in town and those issues just don't pop up. And when they do, like there was an issue number 4 that was here at 204 Comics and it sold like that. Like I think I walked into the store, walked out, and then thought about it and came back in and it had sold in that time. You know what I mean? Like online or something, I think. So I
Well,
mean,
if you
those gaps, they just don't last in town.
it's $190 slabbed if you want.
Nah, I don't need no slab. Let's see on Lone Star. I wonder if
1985.
Let's see what Lone Star currently has.
Oh, $125 for 5.5 CGC.
On Lone Star right now, issue number 4 in a 4.0 is $105. That's a first printing. In a second printing, it's a 8.0 is $159, so $160 American. So like that would be, and the one that's $105 at a 4.0, it says interior soiling. They do have scans. So, but yeah, issue number 22, for example, that's on Lone Star for $11.25. Issue number 23, $12.25. So nothing ridiculous, issue number 40, $19, $16, $14, $11. So they've got multiple copies of that one in right now. So
Oh, look,
I feel like some of them, if I'll probably have to go online to get them, but
look.
I think that they're within reach. I did see at 204 yesterday. They were processing some Mirage TMNT from a recently bought collection. Amazing.
Ooh.
The tip of the century. I have a banner for that. Hold on, let's see. Hot book alert. Here you go. Hot book alert. Hot book alert. Yeah, that's cool. So I'll have to keep my eyes out for that. Thanks for that.
What condition is your first issue of fourth print?
Oh shit, man! I don't even know what condition it's in. It's mid-grade, probably. You know what I mean? Mid to low grade. I don't think it's anything to write home about.
Oh no!
It's all together anyway. There's staples in it, you know. So
because
some volume 1 Usagi issues, single issues too. I mean, now that we've got the hardcover collections and I've got the soft cover stuff, I can't see myself looking for those single issues because I've got those all now pretty much in collected edition.
I wouldn't mind having Usagi's first appearance, but it's a very pricey book.
It sure is.
If your fourth printing decent copy would be, it goes for $200, man.
Right. What is that book called again? That his first appearance is in?
No, the $200 I mentioned your fourth printing teenage.
Oh, fourth printing.
Yeah, it goes for $200, but his.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't pay anywhere close to that. Mine isn't in Albedo is what it is.
Yes.
Right now on Lone Star CGC 9.0. Albedo number 2, the first appearance, $7,990.
Wow.
That's what it's going for. And 8.0, $5,830 American.
So Albedo number 1, his first appearance, right?
Albedo number 2, first appearance.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What the hell? So why did they say on
Yeah,
eBay?
no, it says this hard to find issue, limited to 2,000 copies, features the first ever appearance of Sakai's Usagi Yojimbo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's the one that they did the homage to as well, too.
You know how many homages they did for that copy? It's like a lot.
There you go. There it is there.
Oh, yes. Wow, look at that price. Oof.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just put an order in at Lone Star actually the other night, so
Oopsie.
I've got a bunch of stuff coming.
Oh, really? Was it worth it with the shipping then?
I always think it's worth it with the shipping. There's what most importantly, they had a couple of Night of the Living Dead books, which I'm super stoked about. Not easy to find. And equally as important, a bunch of more Sanctuary Part 3. So this will give me the whole run now of this third part of the story. I've got the first 3 issues already. Sandman, the Dream Hunters, the single issue I was missing. Whispers and Shadows, Turtle Soup issue number 2, which is the only one I'm missing from that Turtle Soup run. That has a Rick McCollum story in it as well too. But these I'm super excited about. This is this guy.
Wow.
Because his Carlos Castro, I love this run. Carlos Castro's art in this is hands down, it's unreal, like really, really good. And these are so hard to find. I was surprised actually that it was this cheap, because usually when these pop up, they're quite a bit more expensive than this. So it doesn't tell you, oh, it's VG. It was a very good one. So bought by me. And then the second part, I've got the first part of this one, this London story, which is also Carlos Castro is doing the art on this one. And I love this 2-issue run. I've read it digitally, but it'll be nice to have the physical of this as well too. So those 2 books were the reason I placed the order, because I knew they wouldn't last very long. So I figured I'd just jump on them right away. So yeah. So we'll see. And then a bunch of other stuff, you know, some 80s stuff. I'm all about the 86 stuff. This Adventures of Mad Hunda Day Day is something that I've had on the list for so long. I mean, that cover is, that's a no-brainer to me. Like, look at that monstrosity. There's no way I can say no to that, you know. So, and it's not an easy one to find, you know, cost a couple of bucks, but I don't mind. So Yeah, so there you go. A bunch of stuff coming. So excited about Sanctuary. Speaking of manga, this is the one I was reading before. This made my list as well too. I love this book.
I know you
Not
do.
easy to find to fill in the gaps, but man, is it ever worth the hunt because it's so goddamn good.
It would be hilarious if it would start to have a reprinted nice hardcover with, since you bought it all.
That would be amazing. I would gladly double dip. I would absolutely double dip. No, it's not quite the same, but you might look into getting the facsimile box set that I got. It contains the first 5 issues of TMNT plus the Raphael one shot. Well, at cover to cover, Tony had the first 2 hardcover TMNT that collects all that Mirage stuff, except for the Dave Sim issue, which was what, issue 8 or issue 9 or something.
Yeah, because they don't have.
I was also looking at that. That might be something, if I was to. Again, I just literally said I was going to not buy omnibuses and stuff this year, but I mean, that is one that it would be great to have all that in one spot. But honestly, with that Mirage stuff, I love getting the single issues. That's such a way to read those books, man.
Whoosh.
Well, I mean, I think we've sat around and had a good chat. So why don't we say goodbye? It's 10-5 here. I do have to get some food into my belly, and I could use another drink, to be honest, now that it's drinking evening.
I have not even finished this. This is how quick I drink.
Chug it.
No.
No.
What do you think? I'm 5 or something?
Yeah.
Chug it.
Chug.
Yeah. I'm not your teenager who stabs the can and goes
shotgun and beers. Yeah. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Good to see everybody. Honestly, it's been a good year. It's a good year every year when we get to do these Sunday chats. I do like doing these hangouts. I'm glad that we've kind of gone into a little bit of a swing of it again because of my stupid job and everything. So it's good that we've been able to do this, and I'm looking forward to another year of 2026 chats.
And maybe
Jason Finestone Colors, Vizio Georgie, 420, Comics Progressive, Paulo Costa, Chaos and Comics, 420, everybody that's been here, Dan Elson, scrolling through, making sure I'm not missing anybody. I think that's everybody. And of course, everybody who tunes in on a weekly basis and comes to hang out at the Sunday wrap that I do with every week as well, or try to do every week. Always appreciate talking to everybody. 2026 is going to be reading more comics and buying more comics. Great chat. Thanks. Nice to have you guys back. I've got the Night of the Living Dead London issue 2 in my Lone Star cart right now as well. And I just got that Mad Honda comics as well. Amazing. Great minds think alike, Dan. Great minds. Yeah. Right on, everybody. Have a good new year, and we'll see you in 2026.
Yeah. May your 2026 bring 26 comic books. Let's say it this way.
Just 26 or 2026?
Well, whatever number you like, pick it.
Yeah. All right. Later, everybody.